Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's episode of Word Warriors. It's good to be back with our dear friends and soon-to-be brave knights of Alphabetia. I have to mute myself on Twitch. Classic. Every time. Joining me tonight are three dear compatriots and friends who've been with us in all of the Word Warriors thus far. Jeremy, as always, it's a joy to have you with us tonight.
Hello, Pete.
My partner in crime, my one and only.
I'm running on Steam.
Is that a good thing?
No, that's a bad one. I want to be running on gas. That's better than Steam.
Is running on Steam Power has gotten us through a lot of, Steam trains were an important part of the Industrial Revolution.
Well, Pete,
it's true.
It couldn't stream back in the Industrial Revolution.
I can't argue with you about that. We have Crowley with us.
I mean, we could stream on Steam, and then we'd be running on Steam as well.
That's a pretty good joke, Crowley, and I don't think it's going to be topped by you in this exact moment. So we also have joining us tonight, Maddie. Hello, Maddie.
Oh, hello there.
Maddie, a dear friend of myself and just the Pete and Jeremy's D&D time and the D&D time community. You know him and love him from his channel, Matty Morgs, on Twitch. And if you don't know him from that, you should make yourself known by checking out Matty Morgs on Twitch, because all of your content is always a delight, Matty. And without further ado, let's just get right into Word Warriors tonight. For anyone who has never seen one of these before, we've done it 2 times. This is round 3. Word Warriors is a game that I made for a contest called the 200 Word RPG Challenge. And to just very quickly summarize what it is a 1d6 system. So all of the rolls are pretty extreme and binary. And players make characters out of the dictionary. They open to a random page in the dictionary and then pick their attributes and their name. You pick a noun, an adjective, and a verb from that page to put together a quick character, and you get bonuses based on what words you have, essentially. And that's the long and short of it. So I can't remember who went first the last 2 times. One of you hasn't gone first yet. So if one of you can remember not having gone first.
I think I went last the first time and first the second time.
I have no recollection of this.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, we were cycling it that way. I went first the first time.
So have I not
And
gone
last-
first?
Yeah, you haven't been first yet, Jeremy.
Oh, no. Put me
In
on
that
the
case,
spot, then.
Jeremy, would you care to open the dictionary and we can begin character creation?
I got my
in
player's
this
handbook.
moment?
Pete, I got a good question. So I got my player's handbook.
Yeah, your PHP.
The new edition.
Yeah, what edition of the PHP
It's
do
the
you
new
have?
edition. You can see it says new. Though I do have to ask, Pete, is there anything here I shouldn't be reading? Because I know this is also the Dungeon Master's Guide for this game.
Yeah, I use I use a lot of content. I sometimes I build my monsters from out of the same material that you would build characters from. So just like in D&D, you might make a 9th level. You might make a 9th level fighter as like an enemy to fight. I do the same thing sometimes with the PHP there, but I wouldn't worry too much about it. I think you'll be safe with it.
Oh, okay. So I'll just whatever I read should be fine.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess I'll just start flipping through it over and over, just kind of like this. And when I hear stop, I'll stop. By the way, sorry if this hurts anyone's ears. I don't know how bad this sounds through my mic.
I think I said this last time, and it's true again now, that it's just very pleasant ASMR, and I think you should stop.
No one can see these words. All right.
Sorry.
Per the character creation, so we're going through the whole process here from the start. I gotta make my character now. I get to choose a word for my name.
What region are you in, Jeremy? What kind of
I am between Pucker and Puny.
Ooh, both of those are fun words. If you
Mm.
end up going with either of those, but we'll see.
My name is
Pucker.
Man, there's some really good ones. There's Pumpkin.
Ooh,
That's such a good one. But I think I'm gonna save that.
Pumpkin's a good name too.
You're just gonna have a pumpkin, aren't you?
I'm thinking that might be a good idea. No, my name is the hell. My name is Pummel.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, Pummel seems like such a good word you could have given too.
Yeah.
You got a lot of great choices.
I got some good choices here. And I said now it's I am something.
Yes, you are something. So your first is an adjective.
Pumpkin.
There can be no articles in this, right? So I can't be I am a.
No, because then that would be a noun. You'd be switching over to.
I see. Gotcha. Oh, crap.
This has to be a descriptive word.
I guess I am. What the hell even is this?
I thought puny sounded like a decent option.
Yeah, puny. I could be puny.
Punish should be somewhere in there.
I also could be pudgy.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
I could be pumpernickel, but that's probably not correct.
More noun-ish.
I can have pumpernickel. I could be punchy. I'm gonna be punchy.
Interesting.
Okay.
Which definition of punchy are you going to be using?
Oh, right. I have to pick one. Forceful.
Okay. Very good. I liked also just like the on edge, like kind of slightly unhinged version would have also been good.
Oh, I punch people. But like that's not in here.
Well, punchy as in kind of like, you know how people will say that they're a little bit punchy if they're kind of like half asleep and not quite sure what's going on and out of focus. The other definition that I was thinking of, at least, but I think yours is probably better for the game.
Yeah.
So next,
I can something.
What can you do?
I can punish.
Ooh.
Okay.
You sound like you might be of either a lawful alignment or an evil alignment.
Oh my god, I have a pug.
Absolutely adorable. All right.
I'm very into this.
Can you just now that you have put together, now that you've put everything together, can you just give me the full title, the full reel on your character?
My name is Pummel. I am punchy. I can punish, and I have a pug.
Excellent.
Okay.
And take some time to think about what makes Pummel tick and who Pummel is before we circle back around. As we move next in initiative, was it you up next, Maddie?
Yes, I don't believe I've gone second yet.
All right, Maddie.
So I have my American Heritage Dictionary, pre-internet. There are no internet definitions in here. Very modern in the early 90s. And so I am going to roll a D1408 and find out which page I'm on.
Yes, we have a roll 20 page open here. Ooh. Oh, that's going to be
85.
That's going to be at the back. You're getting into some
definitely in the Z's.
You're getting into some very interesting words there. I mean, it could be the end of the Y's, maybe. Because I feel like the Z section isn't that big, or by a miracle, it could even theoretically be in the X's, although I think it's probably too far for that.
I am in the WI's.
Oh, wow, even further back.
So the page starts with wingless, and it ends with wireless telegraphy.
Oh man,
this is definitely before the internet. Did you say the first one was wingless, as in not
without
having
wings?
wings?
Yeah.
Having no wings or rudimentary wings.
Oh, interesting. That seems like an ability that won't help you all that much in your adventures, but you never know.
Let's see. I also have wink, winnable,
Ooh.
winner. I'm a winner. I could be a winner.
Or you could have, because it's a noun, so you'd have to have a winner, which would be a weird thing to have.
I could be a wino.
You could win. Oh, that's an interesting one.
One who is habitually drunk on wine.
Is that what you're thinking for your name, wino?
Ooh, winsome. I haven't. That's an uncommon word. Winsome. Winning or charming. That could be my adjective.
I like that one.
I just realized I should have just done punch-related things for all of mine.
I'm punchy. I can punch. I have punch, but it's the drink.
Yep. Oh, that would have been so good. Oh well.
All right. I'm gonna choose. My name is Winter Cherry.
Ooh, winter cherry.
A frequently cultivated Eurasian plant having red berries enclosed in inflated papery orange-red seed cases.
Maybe looking at a florin showing up here in Word Warrior.
The lands of Alphabetia.
I kind of like being winsome. I love going for these. I love going for these uncommon words.
I am absolutely into that. So your name is Winter Cherry. You are winsome. What can you do?
What can I do? I can. There's a good verb here. Wire draw. To draw metal into wire or to treat with great length, excessive detail, or over refinement, or to spin out. Let's see. That could be interesting.
I was unfamiliar with the word, but that's an interesting one. A lot of like range on a lot of these words. You're going for the more broad strokes.
I can winterize.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That sounds just like you have rad frost magic.
I can also I can wink.
For someone who's winsome, that seems like a good skill.
Now, what's really interesting about that, if you do pick wink, that means no one else can wink, right?
It's
because it becomes a power. That means
it's not. I don't think it's that no one else can wink. It's just that his winks have power.
All right. I can winnow.
I don't know.
And there are
word.
several definitions of winnowing. So I think the one that might fit the. Sorry, I'm on push to talk, and I have a bunch of my note here. The key I'm using to hold is spammed in my note on Roll20 here.
Oh jeez.
A lot of this has to do with milling. It's like separating the chaff from the grain. But there's one to examine closely in order to separate the good from the bad.
Oh.
Okay.
So you basically you have proficiency in investigation almost.
Well, I imagine also
D&D
insight,
terms.
right?
Yeah, probably both. It's a two-parter. You seem like this party's bard so far. Again, to put in D&D terms.
And then lastly, I have a noun. And so I will have a
Just had a real.
well, they have a reference here, but I think it might be from a. Is it from another page? Because I'm seeing a photo off in the margin, a wineskin. That would be cool. However, I don't think that is falling on my page. So
if it's written on the page, I think you can count it.
even if it's just a photo from Yeah, because
designer of this
wineskin is
game.
on 1384 instead of 1385.
I think it counts towards your list if you want to go with wineskin.
Very well then. I am Winter Cherry. I am winsome. I can winnow, and I have a wine.
Excellent, Winter Cherry. And last but not least, Crowley, how are you doing? Are you still on the old?
I am still on
strat?
dictionary.com, so I'm going to roll a d26. Actually, so I've noticed there's a number category on dictionary.com.
I feel like that ain't
Which
gonna
is-
work for this though.
Yeah,
What's in there?
it looks like it has some issues, so we'll just roll a d26. 24. I
X.
believe that's X.
Oh boy.
There's only one page.
All right.
This is the problem with the D26 system is it overweights things like X and Z.
Okay.
I'm looking at some of your stuff right now. I see xiphoid process is an option. I believe that is the bone that is right here. There's a bone right here. That's the xiphoid. Or no, it's at the towards the belly, at the bottom of the rib cage. So you can grab that. You can have a xiphoid process.
I would like to point out on D&D time, X's and Z's and everything show up all the time when you're trying to name characters like Zuzip or Tissix, or even horses that exist in Waterdeep.
Oh my goodness.
I mean,
can't
do anyone remember the
what
name of that horse?
It's dead.
You're right.
And thank God for their sake. I'm glad.
It's a good rule.
Oh,
All right, Crowley, what are you looking at?
yeah.
Well,
X-ray is an option, probably.
X-ray is on here. Xerox is also on here.
The Great Mage Xerox.
Xerox
That's true.
sounds like a wizard name. Wow, that's a great point.
Xerox is a wizard name, but Xerox is
the
also
duplicator.
an incredible
Runs
power.
of many things.
Let's just get it all cards on the table right here. You could have a xylophone.
I could. I've thought about that. Who is Xerxes? King of
Xerxes.
Persia.
It's a good name that is on the list here.
It's an actual name.
It's the name.
But of course, my name is going to be Xanadu, because that's on the list.
Fair enough. I suppose it would be.
Alright, so, which, for the record, Xanadu means a place of great beauty, luxury, and contentment.
But that's your name.
Yeah, that's my name. My name is Xanadu.
And traditionally, a lot of the times when you guys pick your names, that seems like it goes a long way towards deciding like the personality of the character, which I've been finding very interesting.
You've been finding our characters' personalities very interesting. Okay.
I mean, your characters' personalities have been actually, more than your personalities, your characters' appearances have been pretty wild.
So I think I can Xerox.
You can Xerox.
So, which the verb form of Xerox, I will go to and read for us all. To print or reproduce by xerography.
Which we know what that means, of course.
No, I can't. I'm not going to Xerox. I can X-ray. I think that's going to be.
That's probably the most useful word on here. X-ray. Oh,
Yeah.
At least objectively useful. Might be other stuff that I'm not properly
oh God.
evaluating.
He has Xenon.
I was looking at
Good one
Xenon.
from Cold Spark.
Alright. I'm changing all my choices. I'm Xerox. My name is Xerox. I can X-ray. What is xanthosis?
I don't know. What is xanthosis?
Oh no, I don't know. Let's not go that.
That sounded like it was probably bad.
We're learning something today.
You could have xanthan gum.
I could, but unfortunately I don't have that. I have
A water
Xanax.
soluble. Oh, you have a what?
I have Xanax.
Okay, please don't do anything too dark with that. If you're gonna use the word Xanax.
And I need an adjective. Okay, well now I found this, and this is way better than Xanax. I have cot.
What?
Yeah,
It
it's
sounds like an X.
Hold on, let me... Yep, that's cot. A carved totem pole of various North American Indian peoples. So I have
You have a
cot.
totem pole?
Yeah, I have a totem pole.
All right, you have a totem.
Now I need to find an adjective.
Are there any adjectives, Mike? That's the first question. With
Uh,
an X.
Ooh.
Was there only one page of X's on dictionary?
Yeah, there's only one page of X's. Oh wait, I got one for you.
Well, there's xenophobic, but what do you get?
Oh wait, xeromorphic. I thought it was xenomorphic, like alien. But
Well, there could be.
I was gonna say I'll let you do xenomorphic if you want, which is to say, being like the creature on Alien.
God, that's horrifying.
Brave Knight of Alphabetia.
You do. You're
you know
gonna have
what?
a hell of an appearance when you.
This is actually a really good word. Crowley, xeromorphic, relating to structural adaptations to help store water and withstand drought.
No, I like xenomorphic.
All right, you can be the alien. In that case, we have 3 characters. We will come back and I think at this point, we can finally begin our adventure. Let me hear the whole thing one more time, Crowley.
My name is Xerox. I can X-ray. I am xenomorphic, and I have a a cat, but it's spelled X-A-T, and pronounced K-H-A-T. I'm gonna look up what that looks like.
All right. There's a lot to take in here, so we'll come. Good luck finding what this person is like in the short time that you have, Crowley. But
one of the things is Xatu from Pokemon, so I actually have a fair understanding of what this is now.
Okay.
I have a giant totem that looks like a bird.
And also, if you guys could change your names on Roll20 to reflect your new names, so I can make sure I remember everything. To begin with, each of you, as so many brave knights of Alphabetia have before, just see endless light. And then slowly, as you all come into existence in a very large and ornate chamber here in the Grand Castle of Alphabetia, the 3 of you...
less loud.
Yeah, a little bit too loud. The 3 of you beings come now into existence. Jeremy, Pummel, tell me who I see stepping forward and out of the shining beacon of light that recedes into the cathedral ceiling above you.
Well, the first thing that you see isn't Pummel, but in fact his pug, waddling forward, sniffing the ground, a fat little creature with a shrunken up face and brown fur, or kind of dark brown fur. Around its neck he has a leash. Following the leash up, you see what appears to be a young man in his mid to late 20s. He's got a bit of 5 o'clock shadow, pale white skin. He's wearing a red t-shirt, not too dissimilar from this one, and short-cut denim shorts.
Is that... Jeremy, are you wearing short-cut denim shorts?
No, I'm not.
Okay, fair enough.
But otherwise, he would be.
All right, so this is the
wait,
figure that we see.
You're wearing jean short cutoffs.
Jean shorts, yeah. I'm wearing short jean shorts.
So there's dozens of you.
Pummel steps out of the light. You can see a figure before you. They have they're wearing what looks like a clergyman's hat, but other than that, they're also just wearing a t-shirt and just kind of pants. And as they come up, they just go, "Oh, run on, be praised! They're finally here. Hello, brave knight of Alphabetia. What? Who are you?"
Hey, Pummel. Can I have my dog in here? Is that all right?
That's fine. Your presence here is a blessing. I really want to go home and be with my family. The next one... the next one kind of steps out.
Who's that?
Who do we see stepping out of the light behind Pummel?
You see an Adonis-like figure, I have the proud butt chin. My hair is like an orangish red that just flows down. I have a beautiful, like an orangey bronze skin, and my eyes have a glisten of pink. And as I come out, I'm wearing just a beautiful, like a very like thin fabric that flows around me, and I'm in a very comfortable, like a robe almost here. And as I come out, I look around, and I reach to my side, and I pull out a beautiful wineskin. I take a sip, put it away. Ooh, well, this is certainly a place.
I guess...
I appreciate the statues. Those toppled ones can go.
And as you are gesturing to the long corridor up ahead of you with statues of various heroes, you see one of them is, like, at the end of the hallway. You can see one that's so large, the statue just goes up to, like, just about, like, the waist, and then the rest of the individual is, like, going out the top of the ceiling. So there's a lot of, there's quite a few of these statues, but this person looks at you. Excellent, my lord, your name is...
Ooh, well, yes, I am Winter Cherry.
Roland be praised, Winter Cherry. And there's usually a... And he kind of looks past you to who do we see coming in last here?
You see a creature that has long... limbs and a long tail with a spike on the end and an elongated head, crawling on all fours, wearing a wizard hat and carrying a small bird totem.
And my pug.
I say, I am Xerox!
And he kind of, like, staggers back. Just, Xerox... Rodon be praised for your presence here, Xerox. And he kind of, like, composes himself. I'm sorry if this seems a bit rushed. It's just, today is...
Yeah, get to the point.
It's quite possibly the last day of existence here. It's that, our doomsday...
It's our first day of existence.
Well, hopefully not, if you have anything to say about it. But I would like to go home and spend the day with my family. Here's a Bible of Rodon, each of you. Why don't you just take these and... The king's down the hallway to the left. The queen is as well. Anything you need from me? All right, I'll be on my way. And he kind of, like, turns and walks hurriedly out. Yeah, you guys are just in this chamber now. And it's a little bit odd that light has kind of left the space. And,
Wow, now that the light's gone from behind us, this is a really, like... empty big room.
And,
like,
and you
I
can't
feel like no one turns around and looks back where the light used to be.
It is just a big open circular chamber, and it's pretty empty. At least it usually is, but while there's nothing like on the floors or anything, it's just this big circle. There's a lot of stuff on the walls. There's tons of, like, wall hangings and posters and things. On the statues as well, like, linked through and, like, covering up faces on some of the statues too, which you don't know is out of the ordinary, but different from the last time you as players have seen this. You can see they say all kinds of different things. One of them says, like, McDonald's, one of them says Walmart on it. There's a Coca-Cola one. So there are all kinds of posters that are hung up all over the place.
Very strange. I can see the king. He's this way, and I start bounding off.
All right, you begin kind of
on the ceiling, even.
Yep.
I
and
imagine it's almost like an insectoid, like chittering.
As Xerox works their way over the floor and into the chamber beyond. And yeah, you see all of these, they look like advertisements, honestly, big banners promoting these various establishments. But
Not sponsored.
Hey, I'm Pummel. Say, with dog under one arm, holding hand out toward Winter Cherry.
Hummel, I'm Winter Cherry. It's a pleasure to meet you and your...
My pug.
I believe that your little dog would be better if there's a bow, but I am willing to accept you as you are. That is what a winning person does. Flips these kind of coppery locks, these the kind of golden pinkish
No,
hair.
we don't need a bow. Pizza boy dog.
I believe I made myself quite clear, Pummel.
All right. I guess let's get going. I should probably be following him, I think.
all right, you begin working your way down, and as you curve in, Xerox, you move into the chamber of the king. The doors just open. There are no this is a pretty elaborate castle, but there appears to be no one working here. There are no guards or anything of that nature. You can just see as you walk in, the king and queen are just sitting on either side of their throne, on their respective thrones. They're not wearing anything all that. They both have their crowns on, but other than that, they seem to be wearing just kind of like weird synthetic t-shirts that say Knights of Alphabetia on them, and just very casual clothes. The king's drinking a beer. There's like a plate of like buffalo wings and stuff there.
Don't mind if I do.
And as they enter, they go, "Oh, thank God you're here, brave knights of Alphabetia." The king speaks up. The queen goes, "We were starting to think we were just going to have Doomsday this year. You're a little bit behind schedule, but there shouldn't be much problem. We need you to stop the end of the world. We send you all out on quests. This is a bit of a rush job today because, as I said, a little bit slow getting here.
For the record, I am not in the room.
Wait,
Not directly.
Oh, you're just looking in from.
No, I'm in the vents. Looking down with my X-ray vision.
And at this point, the king goes, "Oh, there's usually 3. Is it just?"
Have no fear. I am up here.
Do you speak from the vents?
The
Do you
vents,
come
yeah.
down?
No, I make banging sounds in the vents.
The queen kind of looks up.
Oh, you gotta drop down and kill her now.
Very, very strange. Well, today is sort of a big day for the kingdom. It happens every year. Today is the Super Bowl.
What's that? Never heard of it.
It sounds like a magnificent food-holding piece of pottery.
No, it's more of sort of a bowl in the earth where there's a bunch of lava. You see, the kingdom of Alphabetia is built, we got our start here because we were a pretty successful letter miners. And that's, the root that gave this kingdom its life. But at one point we mined down far enough to find something of a deep underground volcano. And every year, the demon that is imprisoned in that volcano attempts to have it erupt and cover the land in ash. So we just have to deliver. We need you to deliver we've sealed him. There's a whole thing. We've sealed him with an ancient ritual, and we need you to just bring down. There's a zone at the end of the volcano where the altar is, and we need you to touch the item down right into that zone.
Touchdown in the end zone.
Is a way of putting it, yes.
Oh, that sounds simple enough.
Wait a minute.
Though before we go anywhere,
It's very familiar.
your food selection, beer and wings? No. Wine will help you cut through the thick... Oh, I'm going to go over and just start fidgeting with the food, and I'll also offer the king and queen some wine.
I mean, they'll gladly accept as you go over and kind of provide some fun refreshments, and they kind of look at you. Very beautiful individual, Winter Cherry. Thank you very much. It's nice to just sort of relax and not have to worry about putting on airs for a moment. See, most people are just spending the day. Well, also, Don Marino, that's the name of the demon that lives deep within the volcano. He usually broadcasts the thing to the whole world. He wants everyone to see the apocalypse. It's sort of an illusion magic. So everyone kind of watches the Knights of Alphabisha go up against him every year. They haven't lost yet, or presumably you wouldn't be here now. There would be no world. But I appreciate yes, perhaps we should carry ourselves with a little more dignity, even if we're not being observed at the moment. And they both kind of straighten themselves up by your presence there, Winter Cherry.
I drop down behind them, and then sort of put my face next to one of them from like the side, coming from the back. And then open my mouth, and my tiny mouth shoots out and says, "Point us to the field of our goal."
I'm gonna roll for them. The king and the queen faint. Yeah, they faint. That's it. What are we gonna say, Bubble?
That was terrifying, even from the front where I could see it. Guys, it just sounds like they want to play. We gotta play football. Does anyone else get this but me?
I don't. I'm not familiar with your earth sports.
Winter Cherry.
Ooh, well, it looks more like a hand egg than a football.
By the way, horrifying xenomorph creature.
My name is Xerox. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but you look just like a xenomorph from that movie.
What movie? What's a movie?
All right, I'm gonna get these buffalo wings. Let's get to work.
As your
Come on, Pete. I put Pete back on the ground.
Nice.
Buffalo wings.
Pete just kind of runs around. He seems to want some buffalo wings.
Oh, Pete, no, you're shitting on the floor.
Oh, God. All right.
I come over to the buffalo wings, and my tiny mouth stabs into the tray, grabbing them.
Hey, don't touch the buffalo wings.
The king, as you're leaving, kind of wakes up and goes, "Wait, you're a knight, right? You have to be. Okay." And he kind of tosses each of you a bag, goes, "Letters. These have letters in them. Use them to make words. Also, you need to pick up the relic. We don't know much about the contact. His name's Skinny. I believe he's waiting for you at McDonald's."
Very well.
You actually saw an advertisement for McDonald's on the way in. So.
Oh, we follow those golden arches in the sky to get there, correct?
Well, not quite golden. They're more kind of white barn doors. It seems to be an advertisement for some kind of like farming retail store or something.
Wrong McDonald's, I guess.
I believe this is old McDonald and his farm.
Yeah, you guys want to head out into the city?
Yeah, what do we get from the king gave us some stuff?
Yeah, he tossed you over, each of you as you're kind of walking out, and the king's, the king kind of, leaves you to go. They're just a sack. Each one of them contains a full alphabet, meaning these kind of black letters that as people who've played Word Warriors a few times, you can use to combine into words, granting you temporarily the power of that word as if it was one of your own. Additionally, the clergy gave you these dictionaries of, I believe he handed each of you a Bible of Alphabisha, didn't he?
Yeah, a Bible of Run-On.
Or a Bible of Run-On. Which are dictionaries, which means that you also, in addition to your normal alphabet, you have Run-On's Bible, which at one time you can invoke it, open to a random page, and use a word on that page as a Hail Mary move.
Of course.
All right.
Also, just a thing that you seem to be passively passively aware of today, you get a +1 to any football words that you can invoke. So you just kind of know for some reason that. I don't know why you know it, but you do know it.
All right. Well, I think we should probably get going then, right?
Yeah. So you walk down the hall and beyond all of the advertisements that seem just a lot of like commercials and stuff today, and you step out into the streets of Alphabetia. People are somewhere in between orderly and just absolutely losing their minds. Like, no one is... People live through this apocalypse, it sounds like, every year. So they're kind of used to it, but it's still just the threat of the apocalypse. So it's a controlled chaos. A lot of merchants are trying to capitalize on the panic and sell things for high prices because people don't care about money as much. You're on the streets. What do you want to do?
People on the streets.
Ba-da-dee-da-dee.
Well, I don't know. What do you think, guys? We need to go to a volcano, right? It's a pretty long journey.
Well, we have to go to McDonald's farm.
Oh, yeah. We should try to get some of those, like the big carriage with the horses that the beer people may have. We should get some of those. That way we can get there faster.
Some talking frogs.
You know what I'm talking about, right? The big horse. Anyway.
Oh, yes, the
Clydesdale.
Yeah, those guys.
A horse would slow me down.
That's...
You could perhaps pull the cart instead? I would like to stand atop it and look magnificent. Winning.
You
even.
do? I think actually you would look pretty good on top of that. I'm gonna ride in the cart though. Let's go to the cart. Let's get the cart.
And perhaps old MacDonald would have one to spare.
Hey, you, random person! I grab a random person.
Whoa!
Where the hell is old MacDonald's farm?
Are you,
I'd like to intimidate them.
Go ahead and roll me, seems like the definition of punchy right here. Is that fair to say?
I mean, that's what I was going for.
Roll me a DC 3 punchy. Because this is just a random person.
I don't know how this works.
You just roll a D6, and because I'm giving you you're giving you your full punchy, you have a +2 bonus to it.
So
and you have to
total.
beat the number. So you just barely succeeded with a 2. So you kind of just... would you ask him where McDonald's was?
Where the hell is old MacDonald's farm?
Old MacDonald had a farm, but he converted it into some kind of a restaurant. The restaurant's that way. He kind of points down the way. It looks like a big barn. The front of it's kind of curved into arcs. You won't be able to miss it.
Oh yeah, thanks a lot, guy. I kind of pat him on the shoulder.
And he doesn't rest at all because Xerox is still walking on the street with you guys. So he still doesn't look that comfortable as you pat him on the shoulder and assure him. And he runs away. But before he goes, he just kind of stops for a moment and does just kind of stare at Winter Cherry like, wow. And then he continues.
I climb up the side of a building.
A lot of people don't seem to have an idea of... Pummel, you're going largely unnoticed. A lot of people seem to not sure who to stare at, being it Winter Cherry longingly, or mostly probably Xerox in absolute abject terror.
Yeah, can I get a paper?
Newspaper?
Yeah, newspaper.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna read the newspaper casually, or I'm gonna have the newspaper to read later on the ride.
You watch as you get kind of close, Pete seems to know what that is as a dog, and just kind of goes over and grabs you the newspaper and brings it back to you with a...
he's a good boy, Pete!
You can tell that he thinks that he's the good boy. Yeah, you guys follow the instructions until you reach the barn door, and what looks like, and now that you're up close, it does seem to be a non-trademark. It says Old McDonald's on the front of it.
What color are the arches that you
rustic? Looks good.
It's the classic red and white barn, and the arches of it are white
Gotcha.
over the red door.
Solid aesthetic, but let's see what it is inside, shall we?
I'll check the vents. I climb up into the vents.
Why does he always do that? This is just a restaurant. We can just walk in. Oh, wait a minute.
You climb up, and there's not really any vents, but you do go through, like, you know how barns have, like, the extra latch door to, like, toss hay out the roof? You can kind of, like, climb through that and walk around in the rafters up at the top.
Yep.
And you look down, and there's people eating in here. It seems to be just a pretty low economy quick service restaurant. Not a ton of people in here, because a lot of people are just in their homes, you know, spending time with loved ones. But there are a few. And you see an individual who's probably Old MacDonald that's standing behind the counter. He's got a pitchfork. He's got kind of hay in his mouth and a classic straw hat as he's just standing behind a cash register. As you all enter, and he goes, "Welcome to Old MacDonald's farm. Purveyor of fine foods for, well, several years now. Is there anything I can get for you two fine gentlemen?"
I walk away from Old MacDonald and look for a skinny guy. Didn't we supposed to meet a guy named Skinny?
Yeah, we're supposed to meet a guy named Skinny. Go ahead and make me a... Do you have any ability that you're using to try and identify who might be Skinny?
No, I'm just looking.
All right, just roll me a straight up D6 roll. It's a DC 3 or DC 2 rather.
I only rolled it.
2 is a failure. When you fail, the situation works. You see a skinny dude. You're looking around. You see a very skinny individual. In addition to like people.
No, Pete can't help me find Skinny, right? That doesn't work like that.
Pete
the pug.
Pete the pug can do anything a pug could probably do.
Okay.
So if he like had Skinny's scent, he might be able to pull that off. But
probably
at the moment, fair enough.
I don't think he could.
Yeah, a pug probably couldn't, but maybe a magical kind of Word Warriors empowered pug could.
I don't know about that.
That's up to you. So you're
I approach a random person and start talking to them.
Yeah, they're very skinny, rakish. They're kind of sitting at a table. There's a bunch of like farm animals and stuff in here too. There's just a cow that, as you kind of go up to this guy, just looks at you.
I shot a cow.
The cow doesn't seem to pay no mind and continues to chew on some hay. But you go up to this guy.
Can I help you?
Hi, Skinny, you're supposed to show me the thing.
That seems a little bit rude. Just go around. I can go up to you and say, "Hey, punchy-looking guy." What?
I'm Pummel, actually, not Punchy.
Pummel.
I am Punchy, but my name is Pummel.
Well, you look punchy. It seems kind of rude. Just call out someone's attributes just while I'm trying to sit here and enjoy my delicious salad. He's eating a salad.
You want a salad at Old MacDonald's?
Yeah, it's mostly a vegetarian place. Very good to the animals here. Doesn't like to hurt them.
Pete, where the hell are we?
And as you as you look down at Pete and say, "Where the hell are we?" He just kind of looks up at you. And you hear a voice kind of come from like over to the side and underneath the table, and it just says, "Yeah, I'll be with you in just a moment. Just kind of finishing something up." And walking out from under the table, you can see what appears to be a pig.
All right, just gonna start reading my paper. Oh man, Mr. Peanut died.
Hey, you said you were looking for Skinny, and
oh, this is still me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's still you. Said you were looking for Skinny.
Yeah.
Well, you found him.
You're a talking pig.
I'm a talking pig. You got a problem with that?
No, I like the cut of your jib, actually.
All right.
Hey guys, I found Skinny. Guys,
I
Winter
found
Cherry.
vermin. 3 blind
What's
mice.
Winter Cherry been doing this whole time?
See how they
I've-
run.
I've been having a conversation with old MacDonald about things that he could do to improve this place. This is good. This is bad. Things that just really, he needs to get on the winning team here. And
I've had the
so I would like to
since
schmooze him.
I've had
And,
the barn this way since I opened it up. You really think so much needs to change?
Well, it doesn't necessarily have to just change outright. Little things here and there to improve. You're a farmer, you'll grow things. You understand, I'm a fine connoisseur of wine. And I understand the process of growth. So if you begin these growth now, you'll be in a much better place later after we avert the apocalypse.
Oh, you're the knights this year.
Ooh, yes we are.
Oh, it's an honor to meet you. I never met some kind of celebrity before. That's pretty interesting.
Well, I suppose I could. Well, I will toot my own wineskin a bit. If you want to be on the winning team, perhaps you could support us in our efforts. Why, I could perhaps take some old MacDonald, swag down into the volcano. And after we save the day, you could brag to others that you supported the Knights of Alphabetia in overcoming this trial.
He's kind of like nodding and thinking about it a little bit. It's definitely a big day for advertising. Go ahead and roll me, Winter Cherry, a +2 winsome. I'm giving you your full winsome on this one because schmoozing people is, I think, again, the definition textbook.
All right, here we go. Get a +2. I rolled a 1.
Oh no, 3. And he kind of looks at you and goes, "No, I'm just gonna keep running things the way I've been running things my whole life." He just gotta completely stop. But can I get you anything right now?
Well, I'll try the salad, I suppose.
And he brings you back. He brings you back a salad, and for the first time in maybe a long time, Winter Cherry, he charges you. Weird.
How dare you, sir? But I will pay, and then I will judge you harshly on your salad.
It's mediocre. As you're gonna go and join it, but this is, I think, the exact point at which Pummel calls out that he found Skinny. Skinny's looking up at you. Yeah, okay, so
Well, I'm looking back over my shoulder at Xerox, who's dropped down behind me. Ugh.
whoa. Skinny looks up at you, Xerox. And
What's the
says, "Whoa."
skinny?
That's I've never heard that one before. And I mean that. I've actually never heard anyone say that to me before, which is now very surprising to me that was the first time someone's made that joke at me. You're pretty scary looking.
Yes, for I am Xerox.
Alright, I got something of an issue here. So I'm the keeper of the amulet. You bring it down and you put it in the volcano, and I kind of hold on to it because if you're looking for someone who's got an amulet, not a lot of people are going to think it's a pig, frankly, which we won't get into any of the the sociology of that. That's a bigger issue with the world at large. But frankly, I'm go without notice most of the time. But I also
You're a true patriot, Skinny.
thank you, Xerox. I appreciate that. He kind of thinks for a while. But I do also have kind of a thing. And I was kind of called Skinny because I like to eat sort of an ironic one. I was eating something else, but I kind of had the amulet with me, and it just got right up in the mix. And so he kind of leans back, and he's a very small pig. You'd say he's maybe about football size if you had to just put a number on it. And he kind of leans back and just kind of touches his belly a little bit. He's very cute. And you can see his stomach is glowing, and he's going, so I kind of am the amulet now. So,
I see.
I don't know if you guys have any plans for that. I don't know how we're going to proceed here. I think the apocalypse might be more likely than...
Did you fully digest the amulet?
Oh, it's all the way down.
I would like to look inside of Skinny.
You can see the... you look inside of Skinny, and Skinny...
What, using X-ray vision or not using your X-ray vision?
No, using my X-ray vision. I'm not cutting him open with my tail yet.
This is actually... X-ray is probably for the most part going to be something that you don't have to roll for, because it's just one of those, you just can do it.
Yep.
But this time I do need you to roll me a DC 4 with a +2 X-ray for reasons.
Sure. I got an 8 total.
Okay, so you very much succeed. You look into Skinny, and Skinny is something strange and eldritch. His stomach is just a
like me.
void.
All right. Yep.
Is just a void. But as you're looking into that void, you can find amongst like a number of other things that Skinny has eaten, you can see what looks like a glowing amulet. It has a picture embedded on the amulet. It looks like of a person kind of doing this with their arms kind of out to the side in this pose that I'm doing visually right here. Is on the amulet. You think that's probably it, and he definitely ate it.
Do I think I could cut Skinny open and take the amulet?
No, there's strange physics inside of Skinny.
Sounds right. Okay.
So
Very well.
he looks, he's looking up at you. So, it's going to take a while to pass, probably. So
I guess we'll need to bring you with us, Skinny.
Yeah, alright, let's get moving then. We'll, start going down to the mines. King Queen tell you the whole thing about the volcano and the mine that the city was built on, and they mined...
Yeah.
Yes, it's just over this way.
It's not in that far.
Oh no, it's just underneath the city is where we're going.
I guess we don't need to find those horses after all.
A lot of people. Oh, I mean, horses wouldn't be bad going across town. I can talk to old Mac if you want. Go way back.
I don't really care, actually. It's not that far.
All
right, who's gonna carry you? You're small. You probably can't run very quick.
Yeah, I'm not super quick.
Xerox, you're gonna carry? Actually, you really don't look like you can carry very easily, huh? Hey, just toss me the old pigskin. I'll carry him.
There you go.
The old pigskin, huh? I kind of like the sound of that. Almost like it's the whole reason I exist. And he gets tossed over to you, and he kind of goes. He kind of cries wee 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 in the air as you toss him over to you. But then he's like, ooh, all right, maybe not too much throwing. If it's a necessary situation and you have to, I get it. But try and just hold me, just kind of hold me a lot of the time. I would appreciate that.
That was an excellent spiral, Xerox.
It was a perfect spiral as he threw through the air. And you guys are welcome to go. At your leisure. He goes, yeah, I can just kind of tell you where to go. Do you want to head there right now? Just anywhere you want to stop or anything you want to do? Or are you guys ready to just dive right into that mine?
Let's get in there.
I'll finish my salad because Old McDonald hasn't earned my business, so I'm not going to walk through town eating it beautifully and having people ask where I got it. So,
yeah, it was.
We got to go
okay
pretty quick though. We should really make up some time here. If they have some defenses, we got to blitz those defenses and get in. We just gotta get going.
All right.
First, we gotta go down.
You guys are walking
Cambo,
out.
hold on a moment. I believe we have a paper menu here. Can you, if there's some X's and O's, can you draw out perhaps what you have in mind?
Yeah. So, here's the play. We're gonna go through town, and we're gonna throw this pig into the end zone.
Remember what I said about throwing? You can't really throw me in. I mean, if you throw me to someone who's there and they catch it, that'd be great. But if you just throw me, I might kind of die.
Well, it could break. Oh, that could be bad.
Yeah, it might break the amulet. I mean, I would think the amulet. Honestly, if I'm being honest, the amulet's probably going to be fine. But I want to live through it.
All right, so Xerox, if you take the long way around the outside and up through the
Round the outside.
And you guys
around the
spend a
outside.
you guys spend a moment running plays and just making sure you know exactly what you're gonna be doing to get to this mine location.
This drawing, Pummel,
Yep.
strangely looks like a human phallus.
Yeah, I'm not a very good drawer.
And Skinny goes, break! And we smash cut to you guys standing in front of the entrance to the mine. And
So as I was saying, if we just slightly deflate Skitty, I think that he'll survive the throw.
I'm just telling you, it seems unlikely. I would really like it if someone caught me on the other side if you're doing the throw, but
Well,
I mean,
first things first.
I mean, really, when it's the weather, right? If it's a little warmer out, maybe a little less, a little higher humidity, it's going to seem like he's more inflated than he otherwise would, or less inflated. I don't think it's really a matter of us deciding to do that.
Enough about
He's
the
a
deflate.
pig.
More about this gate here. We have to get.
Well, I feel irrationally upset over this minor detail for some reason.
Look,
you guys open the gate into the.
Cherry, if we're going to save the world, we're going to do it fair and square. You can't cheat reality.
All right. Well, I don't know. Let's just get in there. And he he can't do anything because he's carried under your. He's in your arms right now, right, Pummel?
Oh yeah, I've got him. I've got Pete on a leash right now.
I was gonna say Pete looks mad jealous.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, Pete. I guess I'll carry Pete too.
Pete just wants you to hold him. Hold him close.
One under each arm.
Oh dear.
And
This is some weird fan fiction you're writing here, Xerox. I'm not into it.
This is your fault. You did this.
Tune in for After Dark with Pete and Jeremy's D time.
And you enter into a mine.
Oh boy.
You begin kind of stepping the pig skin and the pug skin. That's very good. You begin stepping down into the mine, and as you're looking around, it's not very well lit in here, but you can feel the ground beneath you kind of shaking in places, where earth and debris is kind of falling apart, and you can see as you're walking through, there are like cracks where you're able to see down. There are points on the wall where like little bits of lava are kind of like spewing out from the area, just coming up through like thin ridges in the walls and places where things have been mined out. And in addition to that, you're able to see, just walking and looking around here, there are a number of like, you can see old and just petrified, what looks like letters. They're like cracked and broken in places, old and petrified, a lot of vowels down here that were deemed maybe unworthy of being mined or otherwise imperfect, but the mine here is long abandoned as you begin to work your way downwards.
All right, do any of them look golden?
Go ahead and do you have any particular way that you're going to go around and try and find any letters that might be usable, or?
Yeah, I'm just gonna punch them, and if they dent a little bit, then they're soft and they're made of gold.
Yeah, interesting idea.
Is there a way I can assist with my ability to winnow?
Ooh.
To separate good from bad?
I will say that winnow is probably
Yeah, you should do it instead.
probably a much better tool to be used for this on the whole. So you could probably just try and winnow and find. I think it would be more Pummel assisting you.
Mm-hmm.
What am I adding to my D6 then?
So what you can do is for winnowing, I think this is again the definition of winnowing, and in that case, go ahead and roll me a DC. For finding leathers, this is just going to be, tell me how high you, this is just going to be a how high you roll, and it's going to be a sliding scale, but it is at minimum a DC 3.
Okay. Alrighty. I rolled a 4.
A 4. And Pummel, do you want to try and Do you want to try and assist with your pummeling? I'll let you roll a DC 3 +1 pummel, which if you succeed will grant a +1, and if you fail will grant a -1.
So if I fail, he loses.
If you fail, he fails, but if you succeed, he does even better.
No, I got a pug in one arm and I got a pig in the other. I probably don't have a hand to pummel right now.
Yeah, very well. In that case, you're just kind of going through and winnowing. People are looking at the letters. What is Xerox doing as you're working your way through here?
By the way, Pete, it's a little loud, the music still.
Oh, my apologies.
Could I perhaps aid him with my X-ray vision?
Yeah, I think that's a +1, making out quality, but kind of like looking through. It's not like exactly it, but I think you can get a +1 X-ray here if you want to try and help. And it's going to be the same. It's going to be the same DC, DC 3 with the +1.
That seems like a bad idea. Nope.
All right. In that case,
We're not feeling ballsy today.
not to.
Otherwise,
No.
I'm up on the ceiling.
All right. Yep. Classic Xerox, just moving along the ceiling. But you're winnowing through, and most of the letters, like I said, they're pretty petrified and broken out. But you do find one letter that is it's just like a dark. It's just like a dark black letter that just isn't petrified like the other ones. And as you go over to it and start kind of tapping it and dusting it off, you see that it's just kind of a coating of a coating of kind of coal over the outside of coal dust or ash or something along that, and you begin to see the slightest bit of gold glinting through it. It seems to be the edge of a letter. You can't quite make it out, though.
I'll pour some wine over it to wash it off.
Yeah, absolutely. It smells fragrant with the finest wine that you have, and once you've completely kind of covered it out, and it would just maybe need a little bit of force to grab it, you can see that it is a Y. But not only is it a Y, it seems to be like connected at the base to more golden letters. That it's kind of stuck. Like this might be an extremely rare thing. A full golden word dug into the wall.
Wow.
Oh, Xerox, would you come over here and dig out these letters, please?
Certainly. I use my X-ray vision to see where it is.
You can, I think that you can just do. You can tell it's just dug into the wall, and the way the letters are pulled, you could just like heave pretty hard and just drag it out if you wanted to.
I will.
All right, you rip this letter from the wall, and as you do so, the letters that you pull out, it's the word integrity, and it's 2 words. You pull out structural integrity in golden letters.
Uh-oh.
But we have golden letters now.
You have the golden letters for structural and integrity. And then you feel the cave around you begin to shake.
Ooh, look at that.
I think, Pete,
Yes?
can I use...
Are you talking to me or the dog?
I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you,
Okay.
Pete. Let me talk... This is how you know I'm talking to Pete. So I'm talking to Pete now. Pete, do I actually have to use letters to do a thing, or can I just make a football pun and get a benefit for it?
You have to use letters on a football pun.
Because I've been making a lot of football puns. All right. Can I do this? All right. I'm gonna. Oh crap. Can I borrow someone's tea?
Sure, here's a tea.
And as you say that, you begin to hear just rumbling, and you start to hear some crashing elsewhere in the cave.
Well, Pete, I'm gonna use a timeout to give us all more time. It's our first timeout. We only have one of these right now. We need another T to get a second one.
Roll me. Roll me timeout +2, and I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you a DC to stop the whole cave. I think that's a DC 4 timeout at least.
And I got a +2.
I think that's a generous DC 4. Yeah, but you get a +1 as well because it's a football.
And the question: do I
so
get
it's a +3?
Mm-hmm. Do I get my timeouts back in the second half?
You'll have to.
Still in the
you'll have to see if you
first
find
half
another.
of the show. In the second half, do I get the letters back?
You'll have to wait and see.
Okay.
But I'm almost tempted to say yes because that's so good.
I rolled a 1, so I failed.
You watch as he just takes a bunch of letters in the air.
Alright, timeout.
And just calls a timeout, and you can still hear rumbling around you, but you see like 6 or 7 rocks that are now just floating, just kind of floating in the air around you, as all of you are currently in stasis in just a small spot. The cave is now falling and beginning to collapse upon you. What do you all do?
He had planned for this. He knew we wouldn't resist the golden letters.
I start running.
All right, yeah, you guys begin taking off down the cavern, and Skinny is under your arms, just kind of like, whoa, 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 whoa. I've never been down in the mine before, and he's kind of just.
Oh, running's the play here.
Oh yeah, I know. As you're kind of just moving along and trying to make some choices, you guys are just running through the mines, just taking turns and going down corridors, always just making choices that seem to have a downward, just a downward direction to them, since you know you're ultimately trying to get to the base of this mine, where they dug to the deepest point. And as you do so, up ahead of you, you can see there's a split. The first kind of decision point that you come to, you can see that the mine just kind of moves to the right and left in a perfect T, perpendicular intersection with no real indication of how you might go one way or another. And Skinny kind of looks up towards you and goes, "All right, I have no idea where to go from here. I was kind of going on some past instructions I've gotten up to this point, but there's a
We just gotta go. I'm going
this.
this way. I pick a direction.
Just gonna make a choice.
I'm making a punchy choice. That could be a benefit to pick
I don't
the right
think
one.
punchy helps you in this.
I think it might though.
I don't think punchy. You can roll punchy, but I think this is a +0 punchy. If any of you,
I
any of
rolled
you
a
else have a
6.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter. You guys arbitrarily decide to go to the right by the instincts of Pummel here, and you just succeed. Oh, wait. Jeremy, you have to wait for me to say the DC before you can roll.
The DC was 6. It was very clear.
That wouldn't be good because
you're right.
that would still
Jeremy,
lose.
I'm sorry.
Right.
This is the rule. It's been well established.
Harsh but fair.
It is a DC 4. You need a 5 or a 6.
I rolled a 2.
All right.
I would like.
Plus 1 is 3.
It's not even a +1 though.
I would like to use my X-ray vision to determine the best path. I'm looking through the walls.
All right. Unfortunately, Punchy already just made a very hard choice. So Punchy just kind of moves off to the left, and then you use your X-ray vision. Go ahead and roll me. Go ahead and roll me X-ray, also DC 4. But this is a these walls are pretty thick. I think this is a +1 X-ray.
Well, I got a 4 total, so I think that fails.
Yeah, you're having a hard time. You're just kind of like waiting for. You're looking through, and you can see a little bit ahead, but it's just. It's just dense stone, and some of the letters in this wall might even be lead, and so you're not just sure. You're just kind of standing at the edge with Winter Cherry, and then Pummel, you kind of had run down a corridor to the
Is Winter Cherry
right,
doing anything too?
Winter Cherry can try and do something at this intersection as well, but
This is just a question. I've got another thing, but I want to wait for everyone else before I just keep going.
I'm content trying not to die and looking fabulous doing so.
And Winter Cherry, of course, does. Pummel, you go down the way that you went, and you're kind of just running along. You look back, you see your friend's art behind you, and then you look in front of you, and you can see the mine is collapsing towards you in the direction that you were running towards, and are forced to kind of double back around.
Pete, as a quick second roll, right? So I made a split decision, but I'd like, and you can tell me this can't work if that's the case. But is there any chance that my pug would make some sort of whining, upset sound that would imply I'm going the wrong direction? I'm sure Pete wouldn't let me die.
You know what?
Like he wouldn't just deliberately let me die if Pete knew that this was the wrong way.
This is. I'll give it to you.
I mean, is Pete all that smart?
Pete's a very smart dog. I'm 100% certain of that. And you run down the way, and Pete, roll me a Pete check.
Roll a pug check. What do I get? Do I get to add +2 because Pete's such a good dog?
Yeah, I'll give you a +2 pug. DC 4.
I got a 5 total.
Okay. So you run down the way, and you're not hearing just the collapsing that's coming around the corner that you're about to run through, but Pete just kind of begins, and you stop for a moment, and calmed by his whining, you hear the sound as well, and just kind of turn around, slightly mitigating the time lost as you were running down this wrong corridor. You guys see Pummel running back in your direction at the end.
I've already wasted a timeout, so I've got to mitigate the time loss if I can.
Anything you can do to mitigate it, indeed. And you guys see Pummel just kind of cartoonishly running back down the corridor he just ran out in all style as we move to the right passage, which you guys go down. You continue to run away, the cave continue to fall apart around you, and as you come to this next section, you can see a chunk of the cavern in front of you that looks like it's just been already collapsed in, and things are breaking down. You can see at the top of it, there's like some light getting through from maybe a lava pool up ahead, but there is not a lot of space, not enough for probably any of you to crawl through as it currently stands. What do you guys do as you come to this obstacle?
One more time? It's a what?
Yeah.
It's the cave in front of you, the passage in front of you is partially collapsed. And there's enough space for like, maybe, for example, Skinny could make it through, or Pete could make it through, but you guys probably can't make it through at your size.
All right, then. There's one thing that I can do to try and clear the path. I'm going to invoke my black letters to blitz the rock pile.
Just crash right through. All right, roll me a +3 blitz as you run and just try and, like, I assume you're just doing a shoulder tackle and destroying the rock pile. It's a rock pile, so this is going to be a DC 5 blitz to just crash through, but you have a +3 bonus.
All right.
Now, Pete, could I assist with my ability to pummel?
Absolutely. If you want to roll a check, also
DC 3.
No,
our help's not consistent. Oh shit.
I just decided the same way I decided the other stuff. For pummel, I think it's probably a plus. I think this is a +2 pummel to pummel just the rocks and stuff, but it's probably also a DC 5, so it's going to be a harder assist.
Okay, so I have a +3. I'm looking for a 6 or better. I rolled a 3. I have a +3.
You got yourself
so that's
a 6. You guys see what does it look like as Winter Cherry just bashes through this wreckage?
I'm gonna look over to my compatriots, give a wink and a toss of my beautiful hair, and then just charge forward with a grin. My magnificent butt chin just, is aerodynamic as I'm sliding through the air to build speed, and I just shoulder tackle. Perhaps even the weak spot, as there are good rocks and bad. And I want to go in and just bust down this pile.
The power of the chin, the assist's not necessary at this moment, as you just crash through. Rubble just tears aside, and I imagine just there's a moment of a pose once you go through to the other side and the rubble is cleared, and the way is made safe for Pummel and Xerox and all of you to continue forward. Under your arm, you hear Skinny just go, "Oh my God, that was crazy. He's just a regular. How did he even do that?" And you all are continuing to run.
We're Knights of Alphabetia, my dear Skitty.
And as you say that, you come out into a little bit of a larger space. You can see there's just like a trench that's been mined to here, and at the bottom of it, you can see it's just filled with lava. And there's a wooden bridge that crosses over it. It looks a little bit rickety, and right as you come up to it, just a big rock falls down from the ceiling and crashes into the bridge, kind of destroying it. There's a big wide gap for all of you to cross.
I was unlucky.
Skinny goes, "Terrible timing on that. If we'd been, any earlier, that wouldn't have happened."
Yep.
Yeah, if only we'd gone right at that path. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. No, I know what you're saying.
Good. I'm just hoping that I'm being clear with you, my opinions on the situation we find ourselves in. What do you guys do?
Sorry, my headphones kind of freaked out. So there's a gap we gotta cross.
Yeah, there's a big chasm.
There's a lava river.
The bridge got destroyed. It looks like just the volcano down below you. Really deep.
Don't we want to go down there?
That's where you ultimately want to get to, but it's also a big drop. If you have a creative way to get down there, you're welcome to just...
I would like to climb the walls.
All right. Go ahead and roll me a plus...
Oh, this is what
This is +2 xenomorphic.
Yeah. What's my DC?
See, this not even that hard for you, I don't think, because this is just kind of what you do. This is just a DC-free xenomorphic.
Yeah, I got a 6 total.
Absolutely. You watch as very quickly and instinctively Xerox begins kind of climbing up the walls, moves over the side, skitters onto the ceiling and down and over across, and is over there really quick. But at the moment, Winter Cherry and Pummel are still on the other side.
I've got nothing. Winter Cherry. All right. Actually, Xerox, catch.
What's the distance?
Are you throwing?
Hold on. Before he throws it, what is the distance?
Like practical, just like meters?
Sure.
Just
maybe 10 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, you should probably give it in yards. Yeah.
It's a 25 yard. It's a 25 yard pass.
That's a lot. All right. I was
God, I thought it was 10 yards, and then we're good.
Oh, you're right. Of course, it's 10 yards. What am I talking about?
Thank you, Pete.
I'm sorry. I was looking at my notes, and I must have miswrote it in my notes. It's 10 yards.
I would like to make the pass to Xerox.
All right, you make the pass to Xerox. That's free. You just do it.
Oh.
You just make the pass. As you do so, Skinny just kind of cries, "Wee, wee, wee, wee!" You catch him, and he goes, "Oh man, I'm so glad that you were there to catch me. That was really scary again."
Yes, it's a good thing I was here to catch you.
Yeah, because, if I fell, I would have fallen into the lava and I would have died, which was kind of one of the things I was worried about on the whole here. So it was a risky one. I'm glad it worked out. As we move over to, still stuck on the other side, Winter Cherry and Pummel. The collapsing cave behind you is getting closer.
Well, if it's 10 yards and there's really only one direction to go, I'd like to spend 4 more black letters to make a down and go down as well as 10 yards.
I think this is the first time that this is a... I think this is the first time this is a situation where it's not the full +2 on a created word, but it is a football word, so it moves back up to a +2 to go down.
So you're trying to go down the crevice to the volcano?
Straight to the volcano.
I would like to make I'd like to make a down 10 yards.
You
down.
can see in the crevice below in the volcano, there is what looks like platforms intersecting like beams and stuff that cross it for presumably miners when they originally mined out down here to move around the space. So there is something to land on if you go down. Go ahead and roll me down. This is a DC. I'll give you two options here, Winter Cherry. There's a space a little bit down below you where it looks like the mine just kind of naturally leads, and you can continue to run. Or if you want to try and go all the way down to the volcano, you can pick either a DC 3 down or a DC 5 down. But a DC, if you make the DC 5, you would just make it all the way to the end of this thing, or the 3 would just get you through this obstacle and up ahead a little bit.
Well, you know, I am winsome. I am winning and charming. I just blitzed through a rock pile, and so I believe that Winter Cherry would be absolutely confident in making this DC 5 down.
All right, show me what you got. You're looking for a 4 or higher on that roll.
And I have a +2. You said, yeah, the
plus
+2.
2.
4.
Hey! And you watch as Winter Cherry just... it looks like... What does it look like as you do this? I don't even know what this is. Tell me what happens with Winter Cherry here.
Winter Cherry uses those beautiful pink eyes to gauge the play here. I'm thinking back to the menu planning that I had with Pummel and all the little, like, the dashes and the X's and the O's. And so in my mind, I'm calculating, all right, if I land on this strut, and then I can do a quick little tumble, and I'm making a progress yard by yard here, and so I'm invoking this play as I'm making my down. This is as was said in chat. This is probably even my first down, because it was the first time I've gone down, I guess. And so I'm hopping, and I'm kind of like doing spins and. Like a beam is coming up, and I kind of turn my back to it and spin around and flop down, and then I have like a nice landing.
And you guys see just this incredible acrobatic feat from Winter Cherry. Lands Winter Cherry all the way down towards the bottom, and your final destination here. Winter Cherry, you're just safe. You're good to go. Pummel, as you're standing on, are you looking in awe and the cave's just getting closer and closer to collapsing in on you, or you just missed this as
I got a question, Pete.
Running ahead?
So this is a very challenging jump, right?
It would be a hard jump.
But is there a way that I could use the word par to succeed, but just in a mediocre way? It's like, it's not great, but I get across.
This is I'm going to say yes, but you can only pull this bullshit once, ever. And that is a +2. Go ahead and make par, and it's not that hard. It's not that hard to make par. This is a DC. This is a DC 3 par. You gotta not roll a 1.
I knew I could. It may be football time, but I could appeal to your golf. And
my golf sensibilities. Yeah.
A DC what?
This is just a DC 3 par with the +2.
I get a 2 + 2 is 4, so I barely succeed.
You watch as Pummel just like goes up and does the biggest leap that they can, and they kind of catch onto the edge and get a little bit roughed up and climb up. They're covered in dust, but they did make it across. Pummel's on the other side.
That was one hell of a jump.
It wasn't that impressive.
Yeah, fair enough.
And
But on par.
As you kind of come down to the other side, you watch as that section of the cave kind of finishes collapsing, and you see the entrance that you came through falls away, and a few larger rocks from the ceiling higher up. But this mine is vast, and the whole thing doesn't go down in that moment. So you guys are now once again fairly safe as you're standing here, and you see as the letters structural integrity. All of those letters, which were one kind of solid piece, they all just kind of bing, 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 break into individual letters, and they become usable.
Good.
Okay, cool. So now we can use the letters.
Mm-hmm.
And can you remind me?
Sure.
Can we mix gold and black letters, or is it's all or?
You can mix gold and black, but the result would be a word as if it was
A temp word.
a temporary word. Yeah.
And the
If
gold
you-
one
if you-
manifests as like a character trait.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You become that thing, or
So we
can
can
do
be
or
gritty.
have that. You could be gritty if you wanted.
Talking about mascots, that would be a pretty good one.
And as you're now on the other side, Xerox, you have how do you carry Skinny?
Under one arm. I can walk on both legs.
Oh, okay. So you just walk kind
It's
of
just
just
sort of
like
terrifying.
a very humanoid stroll as the
Oh, no. It's very, like, dinosaur-like, almost.
Oh, okay.
I
And
could carry him again if you want.
Yeah,
would
sure,
really-
take him.
I would love that personally.
I will carry
That would
carry
be-
Skinny, and
It's a good thing I'm not bleeding, or Skinny would have died from my acidic blood.
That is best for me. That's for certain.
all right, Pete, you're
this
gonna
is
have to
gonna-
walk a little bit. My arms are getting really tired. I gotta carry this big.
Pete says. It's probably more like because he's a pug, and I picture pugs have lower barks. And you guys begin walking forward, but Winter Cherry, you're a little bit ahead of the curve right now. Your allies are still back. Your allies are still kind of back in the mine, trying to reach down to the point that you are. But you are standing on, as you reach the bottom of the volcano here, it's incredibly hot. Below you, you can see like bubbling magma and steam kind of spewing up. It sizzles and hits onto the beam that you're standing on. It appears to be solid iron that crisscrosses this volcano in this kind of massive grid that just completely covers the mouth of the volcano here. And on the far side of it, you can see something that looks like an altar. And there are a number of these kind of like beacons. There are a number of these like beacons that are kind of over on it, with crystals on top of them. Further back behind it, you can see there is another strange kind of statuesque structure. I knocked my keyboard up and down. It's kind of this.
Startles me.
It's kind of like a pole that goes up and then forks into two different points and then goes up again straight. It's a strange statue in the distance. But in front of that, and seemingly protecting it at the moment, you see a massive demon. His dripping magma out of his hands. He rises up out of the chasm, and he's kind of like dripping magma out of his hands. He has the head of a dolphin. Before you see the demon lord they spoke of, Den Marino. And I think that is where we will take our break.
So tense, the drama. What will happen to poor Winter Cherry?
See you soon, everyone. We'll be right back with more Word Warriors.
We're back!
Welcome back, everybody.
Sorry, guys. Sorry we're a little late getting back. I was just grabbing some popcorn for the game.
So, where we left off, Winter Cherry, you had just
proud of myself.
stepped onto... you had just stepped onto this massive grid of iron, upon which on the far side you could see Don Marino. The great magma demon, Don Marino. And as he's kind of looking down at you from across the way, he speaks out to you, Winter Cherry. Your allies are still kind of somewhere catching up to you, but he calls out, "Ah, so you will be my opponents in today's battle."
Yes.
Normally there are 3. Where are your compatriots?
They will be here. For the time being, it's you and I. If you wish, we can take a knee and talk things out until they arrive.
Well, I was thinking. In previous years, we've done this so uncivilized. Perhaps we could just flip a coin to determine who, to determine who wins. If nothing else, we can use it to decide, where you guys will start from, and, sometimes I've had people try and, creep in from above, but at minimum you should, maybe I could give it over to you, or you could toss it to me. Maybe just flip a coin to see who gets to attack the other one first.
Well, I suppose in a way I would be considered our team's captain. A handshake and a coin flip may be in good spirit.
Very well. And he begins kind of striding over. His body is massive and sticks up from the volcano, and his midsection just seems to be made of pure lava, so he's just moving over the iron bars, which are growing kind of molten hot just by him kind of slurping over them. Which slurping makes him seem less cool than he is. He's very cool, Den Marino. And he reaches kind of the middle, and he holds out this big, heavy iron coin and kind of tosses it up into the air, catches it on the back of his hand, and holds it. Do you have any way to call the coin? Or are you just gonna let fate, decide?
Well, I mean, it's 50-50. I don't know if Winnow would necessarily come into play. So I will just. Well, I think I can better justify that I am winsome. I am winning. I am charming. I'm the good guy. I'm the captain of the football team, and so of course it's going to be in our advantage.
You just win. You just win more. In that case,
win, no matter what.
Roll me.
I have tiger's blood.
Roll me a DC 2 + 1 winsome. So you get 3, 4, 5, and 6 on the dice to win, and he has only 1 and 2.
All right, here we go. Let's roll. I rolled a 2.
You guys are having bad luck. And he goes, "Good, we will charge first." And right from where you are, he kind of steps back and moves to the other side, and then he begins kind of just kind of dripping magma onto the iron grids, and you see from where that lava drips down, figures and smaller winged imps and little demons begin to spawn out, and begin kind of forming and getting into a defensive line, to presumably come and just try and kill you, so that way the amulet never makes it to the other side. And I think this moment, as you guys see these kind of creatures spawning onto the iron grid here, this is when the rest of you walk into the massive volcano cave.
Well, Pete, do I get my timeout back?
Well, it's
the second half now.
It is the second half. Roll timeout again. Roll a retroactive. This is the second half of your original timeout roll.
Okay, what do I do?
50-50. Flip a coin.
All right, so what, a 4, 5, and 6? Something good happened?
A DC 3. Yep.
I got a 5.
You watch as the letters for timeout reappear in your inventory. Your alphabet is full once more. Actually, you got rid of par.
I'm gonna give. Do you want your tea back, Crowley?
I'll take it if I need it.
Okay, I'll keep it for now then.
These kind of small lava imps begin kind of
On our way down,
crackling out.
did we see did we encounter anything? See anything useful? I'm searching for golden letters.
Go ahead and, well, how do you do this?
Oh, I'm looking through walls, and I'm using my X-ray vision to search every little nook and cranny.
Okay.
I'm also gonna look for golden letters, and I'm just asking Pete if he knows where any golden letters are I can get.
Pete looks up at you and goes,
Can I also use my totemic powers?
You have a totem, not totemic powers.
You have a totem. You have a
What do you
physical
do with a totem other than to use its totemic powers?
Smack people with it, worship it, use it as a decorative piece.
Pray to it.
You could pray to it. If you're rolling to pray to your totem, you could do that, but it wouldn't bestow any powers upon that totem. There's, I think, a reach for what your totem can do.
Okay, well, anyway, I'm using my X-ray vision.
All right, that'll definitely help you in this particular instance. I feel like everyone always ends up with one word that's really good, and then some words that are...
X-ray became X-ray vision.
Well, I'm using my ability to X-ray to look for golden letters.
Yeah, he can X-ray. So you look around and you begin kind of taking in the space. Just go ahead and roll me a +2 X-ray. In the same way, this is a DC 3 X-ray. So if you roll anything above a 1, you'll succeed, and if how high you roll will determine how much you succeed.
I got 5 total.
5 total. You're looking around, you're able to catch like fragments of gold and little bits where you can't quite make out the letters by looking through the wall, but you can tell that there are letters like embedded at different points, and letters that aren't just these kind of like petrified regular letters. One thing you also notice is there's some kind of letter you ain't never seen before.
Ooh.
Maybe a new letter class. And that's up on the ceiling of this, up on the ceiling and embedded right into the roof here. And the ravine is above you, kind of leading upwards, so it's like before you get to the ravine, but very high up in the chamber. All said and done, you'd say it's probably about 100 yards across the whole interior of this space.
All right, I'm gonna try and get that thing that I've never seen before, and
All
any
right.
other letters I spotted. I'm gonna point out to Pummel to go see if he can pull them out of the wall.
All right,
Well,
you're doing this, but
Is
also...
this in the room with Dan Marino?
But you're in the
Marino?
room right now with Don Marino.
Oh, okay.
Don Marino, the dolphin. And
Okay.
you can see Winter Cherry is up ahead, and Don Mario is summoning seemingly an army to come and just move towards where Winter Cherry is right now. As these fiendish creations begin kind of cackling and kind of charging forward. You see one at the front of them is just calling out weird combinations of numbers and colors, and the other ones seem to be reacting to that. You guys are now in the thick of it. Please take turns
That's
making
really
actions.
I mean,
A bunch of demons.
Yeah.
And we gotta get this pig 100 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You have to get him over into the zone at the end there. Yeah.
Okay.
And Don Marino, who's just at the back, more seeming to be taking on a coach or an observer role here, is just kind of watching all of his demons go out to attack, and he's calling out for the other side, "Foolish knights of Alphabisha! You shall not overcome me! The world will come to an end! You will touch down no amulet this year."
Mm-hmm.
He
I would
calls
like
that out
to-
to you as you enter.
Use golden letters, Pete. I'd like to invoke the golden letters R-U-N. I'm gonna run the pigskin.
You can run, absolutely. You watch as what changes, because you're using golden letters, and when you use golden letters, something happens. What physically is different now about you once you have truly invoked these golden letters and have gained this permanent ability?
I think what happens is I look at I start running, and then I see all the things show up, and on my face goes from like, oh, kind of confidence to terror, and I start to run faster.
Excellent.
I'm now more afraid.
Do you have like nice cleats on now too?
Yeah, exactly. I got some cleats too.
And so you begin just kind of like taking off, running over this iron, and beyond the terror of just these things that are kind of cascading towards you is also, you can see the you can see that you're running on like interlinked like an interlinked grid of iron. There's like open spots where you could just fall down into magma on either side. So this is precarious in a lot of ways. But you're running now up to the first kind of wave of this line of enemies, and you're just gonna try and like just juke and like run fast and just get around them.
I'm gonna go run.
All right,
I'm gonna run.
All right, go ahead and roll me a plus.
Actually, you know what? Pete, these are little demons, right?
Yeah, some of it. You can see he's working on getting some bigger ones though towards the back.
This might be the only opportunity I have to use this. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I will run. I'm just gonna run past it. That's how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna just run.
All right, roll me a. This is not too bad yet. Roll me a DC4 run, and you have a +3.
With a 9.
Oof, not even close. You are beginning to like take off and sprint, and some of these demons they run up to you and they just try and like tackle you. They want to do anything. Some of them like reach right for Skinny, who's there like, whoa, we're going really fast now. And the imps kind of are just kind of calling out at you, and they go to grab onto you, but you are like the water as you just run effortlessly around them. I imagine at points like jumping and skipping over the big gaps in between these iron bars.
Well, I can't jump, so I'm just running.
Well, you can take long steps, long strides.
Yeah,
it's cool looking, is what I'm getting at. I got
the pug in one arm, I got big in the other.
All right, you've succeeded. You have one success in kind of getting the pug closer down. Closer down to the end. One could say you have obtained a first down. And that's going to bring
we need
us...
10 of those. God damn.
Yeah, you're going to need 10 of those. Unless some things change. You might be able to get like a lot of yards at once with different techniques. But for right now, that's where you're at. That's going to be, I mean, either one of you who would like to take the next action. It just goes in order.
Do I see out of the letter? So I see a strange special letter in the ceiling.
Yes.
Do I? And I saw other golden letters sort of hanging around.
Yep.
Could I make them out at all what any of them were?
The letter itself was a little bit tough. Is there a particular one that you were looking for?
I'm looking for
not like words like before. They were just single letters.
I'm looking for 3 letters in particular. Either a B, a D, or a P.
All right. You're looking around. You definitely saw with your 5 from before. I think you saw at least a rounded edge on one of them. So you would guess that, like, I mean, of the letters that you can see, the one that has like the curve on it is the most likely to be one of those 3 letters because they all have curves. So you could go straight for that one.
All right, I will go straight for that one.
All right, you rip it out of the wall, and it is a D.
Okay, I start looking for a B then.
Beyond that, all right, that's probably your first action right here. You already succeeded in doing that. So Winter Cherry, what are you doing? Did you move back to get a little bit closer to your allies, or are you like right in the thick of all of these like kind of demons that are here?
No, I am the self-imposed team captain. I rolled. I'm going to take responsibility here, and I'm in the middle of this. Pummel's making a power play, and well
really
then,
well thought out power play though.
Well, we'll see what happens as I look at the I look back at you all. My heart fills with pride as the team is coming together, even though we're kind of splitting apart, doing 3 different things. And I look at the demons. I am winning. I have tiger's blood. and I'm going to spend Tiger out of structural integrity.
Ooh. So you're going to be Tiger. You're going to like become Tiger-like. Is that your goal?
Yeah. Hey, is my high school mascot? It works. I played the foosball in high school.
Fair enough. You conjure these golden letters, and against all probability, as you invoke their name, you begin to gain the aspects of a tiger. What does it look like as Winter Cherry gains these tiger-like appearance or features? What happens?
So I still need to be able to interact with things in a humanoid fashion. So I would look, especially, maybe I caught advertising for some brand of cereal that has like a tiger named Tony on it. This is really humanoid tiger, just massive upper body strength, by the way. And so yes, I will become a Tony the Tiger-esque mascot sort of
character.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, you become a tiger, and you just kind of undergo this transformation. I imagine it looks kind of like a more graceful version of when someone goes werewolf, like a lycanthrope does, and just you lean back and you just take on this more bestial appearance, still beautiful at the end of the day.
Yeah.
What do you do as you do this?
Papery robe that I'm wearing kind of like peels away to, I guess, apparently reveal my true form. And my hair, I still have beautiful long hair on the top of my head, of course. Pink eyes, and then I'll just I'll growl at the
what do you do? What action do you take as you become a tiger?
I would like to try and make a hole in the line for Pummel to run through. So
Absolutely.
Maybe some sort of like a dash or just some sort of a tackle.
Like a tigery pounce, perhaps?
Yeah, like a pound.
I think as you are now tiger-like, go ahead and make me a +2 tiger roll, and you can try and tackle someone down. And bringing down, you're on like the second line. The first wave had already moved past, and Pummel just kind of ran right around them. But you can see there's some like bigger and tougher looking ones. They seem to be wearing like armor and helmets as they're kind of like charging along the gridiron as well. And you go and just push and knock one off. They're pretty sturdy. Go ahead and roll me a DC 5 pounce with a +2, or tiger.
Okay.
Tiger.
Here we go. I rolled a 1.
Such is the curse of the D6 system. You watch, he takes on this tiger like parents and goes to push away, but this tiger just bashes you and pushes you to the side. For the first time, you're getting a negative modifier here as you've been bashed as this this charging demon just pushes you aside, and you find yourself now as you're thrown to the side, just barely catching and holding on to one of the big iron rails that cross this canyon, and you're now hanging very precariously over it. You're in a lot of danger right now, Winter Cherry, and this big demon is still just kind of bearing down. And now, since you've all gone, things kind of advance in the space. You watch as another kind of demon gets summoned towards the back line, and Denmarino seems to have been working on this for quite some time. He's been kind of focusing and conjuring this particular demon, and as they stand in the space, you can see them just looking up and around. They seem to have the head of just a block of cheese, and they're holding in their hand just these fiery obloid shapes that look like that just look kind of like what the amulet you saw looked like, Pummel, and the same shape, and this one just starts chucking from the back line these kind of fiery motes of energy up towards you on the ceiling. Xerox, who are just kind of crawling around the cave right now, so that is a threat that you have to deal with. Also, you have the more immediate threat, Pummel, of the demon that Winter Cherry did not bring down is charging right towards you on the gridiron.
And this is me?
And it's you. It's your action.
Can I make a suggestion to you?
To me? Please.
So are you a big guy? You're not like a very big guy.
Well, I can pummel, so I've got to be like kind of big.
What if you could pummel better because you were cut?
I could be cut, but I don't think that wouldn't help me pummel any better. I would just.
Well, you would be big.
Also be
good
cut.
Yeah, you could force your way through more easily because you'd be stronger.
Yeah, that's fair.
What's the play, Pummel? Get a demon bearing right down on you. He's looking to just.
Well, but Pete, I could do that. That's an option, and then I'd have to fight this very big demon.
Yes.
But could I also just be lit?
Be lit?
Yeah, like I don't know. I'm lit. It's a colloquialism.
I think you might be stretching the limits a touch much with lit. Power I gave you the one time, but
could I be lit as if like on fire?
That you absolutely could do.
And now would that harm me, or would that make me less injured by their fire?
Yo, you wouldn't be. I think you could make a case for. I think you could make a case for that.
Okay.
Less injured by their fire. They definitely don't look like they would mind fire because most of them
I don't want to
are
hurt them.
composed of it.
So I will do that then. I will be lit.
All right.
I am lit. On fire.
You just blaze yourself up and you become. What does it look like as you become lit?
I'm just running so fast.
Are these golden letters?
These are golden letters. I'm lit.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm just running so fast. The fire's starting to flow all around me, and I'm on fire. And is that my thing, my turn, or can I like still do something to try and dodge?
Well, now you're lit. So tell me what you want to do with your lit. Describe it.
Oh, the lit's just like if they hit me, it won't be as bad.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
This is a defensive lit.
I get what you're saying. You're going for
also it's lit.
Well, I mean, I'll say as much as you are now lit, and that's it's also pretty lit.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I'm going for.
Yeah.
All right, and I guess I will also be cut. No, I'm just kidding. I will just try and keep running. Just gonna run more.
All right, you're just gonna keep running. Go ahead and roll me another run.
Mm-hmm. What do I have to? What do I do?
That's a DC. This is a slightly tough.
Does it look like? Okay, sorry. Go ahead. How fast is this big demon?
This demon is like a little bit slower than the last ones actually, but it's also just.
I'm running.
He's also just like bigger and wider. He's like taking up a lot of space. But so it's gonna be the same DC 4 run with that.
Okay.
That I think it's a +2 to run on this one.
Okay. What's the DC?
DC 4.
DC 4. Okay. Ugh. 1.
Ugh. And as you run, you just are just trying to run around him, but
it's a good thing I'm lit.
Because you're lit. That's true. You are lit now.
Defensively lit on fire. Yep. Thank you, Hank.
No, it all tracks. It all tracks. Yeah. The flames don't seem to hurt. As you... he kind of moves very quickly and laterally as he jumps over to the side, blocking the gridiron that you were trying to run down, and you just... crash right into him. With your lit, I will say you don't have to like worry about falling into the chasm like Winter Cherry is. You don't get like burned and kind of recoil, but you're just stopped in your tracks and you've lost some of your like running momentum as this demon's ready to just come down and
so I haven't gained any speed, any distance. I'm still only 10.
Yeah, you're still pretty far out, but you didn't get in a position where you're about to die. On the other hand, under your arm, Skinny kind of looks up at you and goes, "Hey, I'm getting. I would say that right now I am rare, which I know isn't usually a term that is applied to. I know that's not a term usually applied to pork, but I got singed a bit on that one. So please, careful."
Is my fire hurting him?
No, he looks like he got more burned by the fire of the person you crashed into. That didn't affect you. And you're kind of stuck in front of this demon as we go to, I believe the next was...
That was me.
Xerox. Xerox, okay. You're coming on the ceiling. Are you still looking for the same letters? I know some of your allies...
I'm still looking for a B.
Okay. I need you to make me, if you're still going to look around and try and really hone in on a B, I need you to make me another DC 4 X-ray.
Okay.
DC 3, because you've already successfully done it and you have a good idea. You're just...
And what do I know? What can I tell about the weird letter that I can see? Anything?
It's a different material than a letter that you've seen before. That's the thing
All
that
right.
you're able to...
All right, I'm looking for this B. It's a +2, and then
+2 and a DC 3, so you need to not roll a 1, because you've already
I got a
located...
6 total.
Yeah, you find it, no problem. You crawl along the ceiling and find yourself a letter B.
Okay, I would like to form a word with our golden letters.
What word do you take unto yourself?
There's only one thing that can fight demons, and that's an angel. I summon Brady.
You have an angel. And in this moment, you watch as
Oh, so loud, Pete.
a rift in the sky just kind of opens up, and a brilliant beam of light comes down, and stepping out of it is a fairly handsome-looking humanoid male. Brilliant golden wings, and a hair of blue and red that streaks backwards in a perfect line behind him as he steps into the space.
Wearing a number 12 jersey.
Wearing a number 12 jersey, he looks over at you, Xerox, and says to you, "Man, the 7th time I've been brought down here." And you now have Brady. Your action was to get to this point, but you have an angel.
Yeah.
And that's gonna bring us back to Winter Cherry. Oh Jesus! Wrong button.
Winter Cherry, you're no longer the most attractive person in the room.
Winter
Is
Cherry.
I think what Pete's saying.
Winter Cherry, what would you like to do?
I am going to shoot a narrow-eyed look back at the angel on the battlefield here, but realize that I have a job to do, and there's no I in team.
I hear to something that's more like the devil.
Well, suddenly irrational anger erupts throughout various people for various reasons. All right, so I'm still clinging onto this demon who's trying to baffle us.
Yeah, this is one of the you're right over the side, and you're maybe one. He jumped over towards Pummel to block his path, so you're like one step away on the gridiron. So you'd have to. You're just like hanging for your life over the magma pit, though.
All right. Question for you as the GM: If an acronym is found in the dictionary, is it usable?
Generally speaking, no. Two-word phrases and acronyms and like proper nouns we usually will stay away from. But like things like for like names, for example, Winter Cherry is fine because it's your name. It defines you a little bit differently, but for the most part, no. But if it really works, then I'll probably let it slide, depending on what it is.
All right. Then here's my elevator pitch for using an acronym. I look back, I see that there's an angel on the field. I see that our team is in dire straits. Apparently Pummel's on fire. I'm having a rough time, and with this realization, we're a team, but we have to do this. We're doing this for the people. We're trying to save everyone. Would you allow me to invoke the black letters of SPQR to summon the people and Senate of Rome around us in an arena, watch this battle take place on the gridiron, and cheer us on?
What the actual hell are you doing? All right. You know what?
When you catch him off guard enough, sometimes it works.
You know what? Sure, Manny, you can summon this. I don't know how much good this is going to do you.
Morale
but you
boost.
But you can do it. I mean, it's good for morale. It's definitely there's going to be a lot of like cheering and applause and lend a lot more stakes, perhaps to the. Lend a lot more stakes here, but.
It's a subtle flex on the Brady as well. I mean, I'm summoning an entire arena full of the people of Rome. You know,
We just need the one.
Roll me, and you're gonna need to roll something to do this. I just need you to roll me whatever that acronym was with a DC 5, and you have the +2 for it.
all right. Well, I need a 4, 5, or 6 for this. Let's see if the people of Rome are behind us, or if we're going to be betrayed.
Oh boy.
5.
A 5.
I rolled a 5 +2.
You watch as some of the walls of this ancient volcano begin to just, as this magic is invoked, a mighty heave from Winter Cherry, still one-handing, the other one reaching up, as some of the cave kind of cracks away, and behind it is revealed marble and columns, as stadium seating appears around you now. There are a number, there's now an audience that goes on and cheers. All of them are wearing togas, which doesn't really match your aesthetic necessarily as Knights of Alphabetia, but they are all cheering for Winter Cherry and for your success, as you guys are now in a more stadium environment now.
Bet you never seen that one before, Dan Marino.
Don Marino kind of looks around and he goes, "Your paltry Romans will not help you here." Which is a quote I thought I would say when I was thinking about this adventure today. As we go next, you've summoned. You're still hanging precariously, which is a situation that you'll probably need to correct soon. But we move now to. Oh wait, that's all of you.
Yep.
Is anyone gonna help me, like, move the pig down the field?
That's Brady's job.
I mean, at this point, well, you have to tell Brady. You have a Brady right now, technically.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you've conjured Brady, you have a Brady. So, so you're gonna have to tell me what happens on your turn with him. But for now, that cheesehead at the back, that cheese-headed demon, is just continuing to chuck motes of fire at you. And since you did not do anything to necessarily directly protect yourself last time, I would like you to. I just need you to roll me. This is up at. Yeah, Xerox on the ceiling. It's always tough remembering the names are so wild. So I need you to just roll me a d6. If you have a way that you can justify, like, not getting hit by this, you can try and roll it if you have any letters for that. But right now, they're essentially coming after you.
I am xenomorphic. So I'm...
I think the thing about xenomorphic, though, is that's what's letting you be on the ceiling right now.
That's true.
So
can I use a word to try and avoid it?
Yeah, I'll let you try and use a word to avoid it.
Okay, I'm gonna use the word QB sneak.
I don't know how that would help you in this situation. So
I
you
sneak away.
I'll give you a +2 QB sneak because it's a football word and it's kind of adjacent. So it's just a different flavor of +2 than another word would be. As you are trying to QB sneak away, and I imagine if you're QB sneaking, Brady's helping you.
Yeah.
Oh, are you kidding me? Brady's not doing anything. He can't QB sneak.
He's pretty good at it. I think Brady scores a lot of. I'm about to go on a tangent. That's. I was literally just about to start talking about Tom Brady's football ability. Me and Jeremy are from New England.
Oh, and I'm not.
Well, I mean, obviously.
All right, I will. What's my DC?
That's gonna be a DC. That's gonna be a DC 4 QB sneak.
So I guess it's maybe not me sneaking away. It's Brady sneaking me away.
Sneaking you away. Yeah.
Brady picked you up and is sneaking away with you.
Roll me a fucking DC 4 QB sneak.
Well, I got a 5 total.
All right. You watch as soon as like there's these motes of flame that are just flying past you, and just kind of like crashing over. You see one of them strikes Brady in the back, but he just kind of holds up a single finger to his lips as if to say, "Shh, don't worry," and just puts a hand over you and begins just slowly kind of moving you along the wall as he sneaks you away. You avoid the damage in this instance. And that's pretty much all for Dunmarino's offensive, as he's summoned all the demons he needs right now. So we're back around Pummel. This demon is right in front of you, and it's going to be a little bit tougher to run now that you've lost your kind of just forward momentum that you had built up. What do you want to do?
Well, I think is
What a
I
dumb
want
game.
to. I want to make a punchy move, right? This is a sudden, abrupt, like without thinking, I'm just gonna act move.
Okay.
And I want to lateral the pig to Brady. I'm gonna throw it backwards to Brady.
Okay.
This is absolutely a punchy move.
It's a long throw because Brady's like still flying up near the ceiling with Xerox. But,
Shit.
But you can try it.
What do I have to do? Do I get my +2 punchy?
You're gonna get your +2 punchy, and it's gonna be a DC. It's gonna be probably a DC 5.
Oh my gosh.
Probably gonna be a DC 5 punchy, but I mean, it's also something that you could probably have to help. Is I think Brady gives you a +1 to this, just by the nature of who he is. Just by the nature of who he is, I think you get a +1 because he's the one receiving and trying to catch it because he's very good at the. I wasn't going to say. He's very good at catching pigskins. Go ahead and. It's actually not even that good at catching pigskins. Go ahead and roll me a +3 punchy with a DC 5. Anyone can try and assist if they want to bring it up even more.
I got a 1, so it's a total of 4.
You begin kind of just all of a sudden throw it out of the way. One of you could technically, it's a DC 5. If both of you did something to help, you could make it succeed. Otherwise, something's going to happen with old Skinny.
Well, if I'm hanging on, can I assist, or can
you are in a difficult.
The Roman Empire and Senate add a background?
I can't think of. I don't know if that
the
would help
morale.
you. I don't know
the
if
morale.
Just the cheer. All right, go ahead and roll me the Roman Senate. DC 3 +1.
Here we go. 5. I rolled a 5, so 6.
All right. The cheers of the audience roar into life as you begin this punchy lateral. But it looks like Brady's not quite gonna make it. Do you have any way that you can help Xerox?
I'm looking.
God, I remember a situation like this like a month ago.
Jeremy, do you have an A?
It didn't work out for him then.
I do not have an A.
Do either of you have an A?
But you the letters have to be. You have to get the letters from them, and you're on the ceiling, so you probably have just what you have to work with here.
Oh, that's fair. Damn it! All right, I can't do goat.
Goat? He wanted to apply goat to his Brady.
Yeah.
Jeez, going all in on the summons this game.
Not a goat.
No, I know.
Okay.
We're investing in Brady.
I would like to. Okay. What letters do I even have left? I have an I and an O and a U.
You gotta make a choice quick. You can't just play Scrabble.
Brady is a pro.
I will allow Brady's professionalism to come into play, and that's a +3 because I think it's football enough, and it's the truth. And I would also like you to. I would like you to make me.
I'm choking my gummy bears.
A +3 DC for Brady, or +3 DC for Brady allowed by the pro.
I got a 4 total.
Brady is a pro, but just like in that last game, in the last game they played this season, the lateral does not pan, and you watch as Skinny just starts crying, wee, 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 and then right as he's about to catch that demon that was kind of bearing down on you, Pummel leaps and grabs Skinny himself out of the air. An interception. And as soon as he does the interception, you see him just lifting him up to spike Skinny down into the lava.
I say, fuck.
But that's all for, that's a very tough situation. I believe that was Pummel's turn. Winter Cherry, you're still hanging. What do you want to do?
Things are desperate. I'm looking around. We're in the middle of the Holy Roman Empire now. We need a miracle. A Hail Mary. In this moment where I'm dangling above lava, the crowd is cheering. I'd like to reach back and invoke Run-On's Bible for some sort of miracle.
All right.
Oh.
You pull out. Please take out your dictionary. As per the rules that I had decided, but I didn't have time to tell you about originally, you open to a random page, and then you have my internal count of about 20 seconds to pick one of the words on that page. So you have to make a snap decision.
Oh, I should have done that, actually. Now that makes a lot
All
of
right, so I have my dictionary. I'm getting ready to roll a D1408. Are you going to begin when I find the page? This is a thick book.
Yeah, tell me once you have...
Okay, I
once
promise
you
I won't
open to a
cheat
page.
from player to the GM. All right,
I
let's roll it
absolutely
and
trust
find
you.
out what's here.
Ooh, early.
Let me know when you're on it.
Okay, I open to it. I'm going to start looking now.
All right. Dum 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 dum. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What is your
Okay.
choice?
My
Winter Cherry.
choice from Run-On's Bible is accident prone.
What? How are you applying the word in this moment? Tell me what you're doing with accident prone.
The demon who got the intercept is gonna fumble.
Oh, you're going to try and force a fumble and kind of make them accident prone right here. I like the idea of that. So they are going to, or you are going to make a DC to use this almost like magic. Is what you're doing here. I think that makes it a little bit more difficult. I need you to make me a DC 4 plus 2 accident prone.
You said DC 4, but I get a +2?
That's correct.
I rolled a 2, so I got a 4.
Oh, he's got a solid block on Skinny, and Skinny's kind of now in his hands. And at this point, if you do not do something to correct it, your arms are giving out. At the end of your next turn, you are going to fall into the lava, Winter Cherry. As we move next to, I think that's the...
Xerox.
I think Xerox got skipped, but Xerox, what do you want to do?
All right, so I see this letter. It's made of a different material, but is it a letter I can make out?
You can't make out. You can't make it out. It doesn't. It's a weird shape.
All right, Brady can fly, so I command Brady to go get that letter, and he can do that however he needs, and he can toss it to me with ease because that's what he does.
It'll
But-
be your turn. It'll be your turn.
I'm sending him to do that, but that's like his action. Like he's gonna go there, but he won't get that done yet. Because what I'm actually gonna do is drop down onto this demon that's holding Skinny, and I would like to use xenomorphic to attempt to murder this demon with my tail.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll. This is the most xenomorphic thing that you've done yet. I would like you to roll me. This is a this is a +2 xenomorphic, and it's gonna be.
I should set up a thing so people can see what our traits are.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That would be very helpful.
It's going to be a DC. I think only 4 for this because this is your forte. So only a DC 4 +2 xenomorphic.
Can I also note that I'm basically tackling him?
No, it's a xenomorphic, not a tackle roll.
Right, yeah, sure. Well, I got a 5 + 2 is 7.
Absolutely. You crash down onto the shoulders. What does it look like? What does it look like as you obliterate this demon?
Oh, I crash down onto the demon, and then just my tail wraps around and just comes throughout the chest. Not unlike a chest burster, but in this case, it's just my tail. My
right.
horrifying spike tail.
The tail whips around and kind of stabs in, and from up above, I think I'll give you this as well. Brady on the ceiling has reached down and clutched whatever that letter was in the ceiling, and as you see it, it's glinting and bejeweled as he throws down to you. It appears to be a diamond letter, and as you kind of reach out and catch it, you can see it just kind of it shifts. It's an A, and then it's a B, and it's just running through the alphabet. It's reconfiguring itself with strange magic.
Oh my!
That letter can become any temporary word of your choice.
Ooh.
Oh, whole word.
A whole word, but it only lasts for a single action.
So you tackled that guy, right? You got him?
Yeah, I murdered him.
Okay.
And I assume I have Skinny now.
Yeah, you have Skinny. I imagine you pass him up. Brady kind of like reaches down to take Skinny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brady looks down at you and says, "Go long."
Yep. All right. I start running.
That's going to now bring us to our foe, who sees you beginning to like run towards the end zone,
bounding on all four of my terrifying
bounding on all
limbs.
fours.
Like
the foe that was
xenomorph.
the foe that was blocking you before, Pummel, is no longer in front of you, and you have room to start galloping again. There's a line of demons up ahead, but Denmarino just kind of looks over and stares over at Brady and goes, "No, you will not defeat me a 7th time!" As it's going to be, it's going to be the top.
Me?
Pummel. What do you want
All
to
right.
do?
I'm also gonna go long, giving Brady
All right.
options.
All right, yeah, you gotta run the option, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think right now, so at the moment there isn't.
'Cause I can run.
Yeah, you can run. At the moment, there is no need to make a roll. You're just going long right now until the exact moment that things come crashing down.
Some great words in chat.
Indeed. Winter Cherry.
No, I've already got the word.
Oh. We've already got it in mind. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I need to pull myself up. I'm a tiger. I'm good at climbing and balancing. So this is my round to restabilize myself. So
right.
I'd like to tiger my way up into a more appreciable stance.
Tigers are excellent at climbing. But just taking the time to do it is all that in particularly matters. You can just have it for free. You just climb up now that you do that. But that is unfortunately your round. I imagine you also just start working your way down grid.
Yeah, if I can make some progress, that's fine. Stabilizing was the priority. Anything else is frost.
You're not too far behind right now, but they definitely have a lead on you down the end.
Yeah.
Your crowd kind of, however, does ignite to life with cheers as you manage to save yourself from the edge here. As we go to Xerox, you're running down. You are currently going on.
Wow, Apotheosis is good, but not And I will mention, say someone has said the word. All right, I'm going long. I'm trying to get into the end zone. How close am I to the?
You are, you are very close to the end zone.
Okay.
I mean, you have a few demons that are currently in your way, but you are maybe, as you kind of are both sprinting, you with your incredible speed, Pummel, and you, Xerox, with your bounding xenomorphic jumps, you are maybe 20 yards from the end zone.
All right, if I...
Which is the zone where if we get the pig,
Right.
everything will...
So if I killed the demons in my way,
Yes.
and then that would have has Pummel gone yet?
I've just run. I haven't rolled anything, so I still have an action.
Pummel is just dashing forward.
Can Pummel make it now?
Pummel is faster than you. Pummel could probably get to the end zone now.
Okay.
But it would be. I assume that you are having. There's like
stuff
some
in my
kind of,
way.
Yeah, there's stuff in his
Okay.
way, and there's also, you know, you have to just say that Brady's going to
Don
make the throw.
Mario, the dolphin demon.
Right. So okay, all right. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use Xenomorphic to try and murder anything that stands in our way, with my tail and second mouth, and acid blood if necessary.
What a dumb game. All right, go ahead and make me a. So this is just you're trying to clear a path
Yes.
for Pummel right now.
Mhm.
All right, this is a harder one because you're trying to get rid of several people. I need you to make me a DC 5. I need you to make me a DC 5 plus 2 xenomorphic.
Can I also apply a golden word to myself?
You could apply the golden word, but you'd be using that golden word instead of the
Xenomorphic.
xenomorphic.
Could it?
You can't
I
make
guess.
2 word checks at once.
Right. Yeah. I'm wondering. Okay. Yeah. No. I'll just use the Xenomorphic.
All right.
Oh yeah, 7 total.
7 total. All right. What is it? Describe to me how you rip through like 4 or 5 demons here that are all like in a line on the edge.
I'm like spinning, tail going through one head, then like I move my head in a way to shoot my second mouth out at another, and I'm just like spearing demons like a shish kebab with my tail.
It's righteous, and demons kind of are just falling around you like so much confetti as you are free and clear to run to the end zone.
I've run to the end.
I hold the diamond letter out, fully formed in what it should be, for Pummel to grab as he goes by, which is, of course, touchdown.
Of course. Yeah.
Excellent.
Man, I thought I was gonna have to invoke my pug, who was good at fetch, to catch the ball.
And then right as this is happening, you're about to hold out this letter, and you hear Don Marino call something out. He shouts all of a sudden, "An incredible play by Xerox. Let's take a moment and look at it again. In an instant replay."
Son of a bitch.
And you watch as time just begins reversing itself back to the point before you slaughtered all of those demons in a mighty arc. And you're kind of moving back very kind of quickly right here as you find yourself once again standing in front of those demons, and you're just about to make the first stab, and this time those demons are getting ready to much more easily like duck out of the way and like dodge
I would like to
your
throw
strikes.
them out by using my timeout.
Oh shit!
Throw them off!
You
Come
invoke
on,
timeout! You get a +3 timeout, as this is the most perfect usage of timeout.
Absolutely not!
Just in the exact moment of momentum was starting to be built in favor of the demons, you call a timeout. Roll me just a DC 4 with a +3 timeout.
Alright, got a 2, which makes it a 5 total. Thank you.
And all the demons and everything, everyone except for you, Pummel, is just frozen.
I run all the way to the end and wave my hands around. I don't have the diamond letter, do I?
You don't have the diamond letters. He hasn't formed it yet because he hasn't killed the
Then
demons.
I will hold my original strategy. I will hold Pete the Pug up. He's very good at fetch, and hopefully he can catch it better than I can.
Well, you're in stop time right now, baby. You could just go over and grab the diamond from him. You can see it under his arm.
I'll just do that then.
Yeah.
Pete kind of looks a little disappointed.
I mean, Pete could still catch it.
Yeah, I'll give Pete the diamond letter.
Oh, okay. Pete gets the diamond letters, and he's kind of like,
This is the puppy bowl now.
he's thumbs up. He's thumbing up, and you run down to the end zone, and then do you unfreeze time?
Yeah, sure. I don't know.
Your timeout lasts, I think, 90 seconds, or is it 2 minutes? How long do you get for
In that case,
timeout?
I'm gonna quickly look for a thing with the run-on Bible too, if I got time.
Yeah, absolutely. You take a
let me
couple
know when.
moments, and you just are kind of like waiting for the timeout to end.
Yeah, let me
You're
know.
starting to notice now that no one is talking, but everyone's eyes are just kind of like shifting back and forth,
And
waiting
looking
for this
around.
thing to stop.
All right, when can I go?
You can go whenever you want.
Oh wait, so I can just pick any random page?
Yeah.
All right, I'm good.
I can see they were moving to avoid me, right? So now I can adjust to.
Yeah, in the
Or kill
moment, you couldn't have, but
Alright,
now
fine.
that this timeout
Now that I've
has
got all
happened,
this time, yeah.
yeah, you can. It's just a new game, basically.
New
All
play.
right. I will
And just
speak an elegy for his defeat.
roll me
I don't
plus
know.
two. Roll me plus 2 elegy.
Well,
I don't know what am I getting.
It's,
What am I
it's a
going?
chance.
Everyone
It's
can.
go.
Everyone can hear. Everyone can hear as you do this.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just kind of
Just
being a
chant goat.
dick, really. Yeah, I'm just chanting goat. Pete,
Go.
what's
Go.
the DC?
That's a DC. That's a DC 3. Plus
Oh,
2.
it's a 5 plus 2, 7.
Yeah, you make a really
Yeah.
good elegy.
Yeah.
And Denmarino, the demon,
It's
his
the
dolphin.
goat chant. We have the people of Rome chanting with them, or they will be once
His
they're
dolphin head is still looking at the spot where you were, but
Mhm.
you're kind of over to the side of him now, making this goat chant, and you can see like a tear kind of forms in his dolphin eye before sizzling onto his magma skin.
Beautiful.
You've insulted this person.
And then on time unfreezes and we win, right?
Time unfreezes.
I
This is-
kill
this is
those
scary
demons.
Uh-oh.
And
The demons are slaughtered again.
roll me another xenomorphic. It's easier this time for. Quick.
Yeah, I mean 5. 5 total. Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
right. Yeah, you do it. Demons slattered and slain once more. Time re-unfreezes. Brady's at the back. He's getting ready to throw. This is the final throw.
So what's this, a plus 4? 3 for his Hail Mary pass ability.
I mean, if we're talking about Tom Brady's ability to pass the ball, that's a plus 3 Brady.
Then
This
plus 1
check-
for being a football team.
Well, that's why I gave it a plus 3. It was kind of.
Oh, I figured his baseline was plus 3.
Well, this is a. This is.
They call him Sports Crowley.
This is a heaven. They call him
Big Sports.
Big
Big
sports.
sports. Yeah. This is in total a DC 6 impossible Hail Mary. You right now have a plus 3.
Does the goat help? The goat chant?
The goat chant? Oh, absolutely. You have a plus
Thank you.
4.
Can I augment this in any way?
Wait, does the touchdown help? We have the touchdown.
You want to combine the touchdown into this? You could make a touchdown
Oh, yeah,
check to help.
I was assuming that would help, so yeah.
We have the
You
the
have not
platinum
invoked.
touchdown.
You have not invoked touchdown yet.
Oh, invoke it.
Yeah, we want to use the diamond touchdown.
All right.
That's way better than the goat chant.
You have a plus 6. No, you
Okay.
have a plus 5 right now, which means that you succeed on anything but a 1. But you have used up all you can. Winter Cherry, do you have a way that you would like to help? You could raise it by 1 and guarantee success, or lower it by 1 and make it harder if you fail.
Yes, there is something I can do that is going to help to ease the pressure or to assist in this situation. I've pulled myself up from the gridiron, dangling over the lava. I'm scrambling to. What can I do? I need to help. Everyone is so far ahead of me. Or could I be ahead of them in some way? And what I would like to do is use F A-K-E to hold my wineskin aloft as if I've had the football the whole time and try and provoke everyone to rush backwards away from them towards me, since I am the one with the football as I'm pulling a fake.
Excellent. +3 fake. This is going to be, I think this is just a DC 4 fake.
You
roll
got
it
this,
for me.
Maddie.
You gotta not roll a 1.
Not a 1. 5. Well, plus I rolled a 5.
Whew. You have a +6. This is a DC 6, so anything that you roll will succeed. You guys collectively tell me what this final touchdown pass looks like.
For the record, I got a 5 for the roll, so it's 1 off of
11.
max. It's an 11. I mean, it's just. I mean, they all are, right? But it's the perfect spiral. Just
Well, I mean,
Hail Mary pass.
Everything's happening in slow motion, right? We're seeing it as the pig spirals through the air. We see, right, the Xerox, the xenomorph in slow motion, just cutting everything down. We see the demons all charging towards Winter Cherry, who looks fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
And Winter Cherry kind of looks to the side, I imagine, and all the demons, Don Marino just kind of looks over the direction of where Winter Cherry kind of does the pump fake, but Skinny's already in the air. He flies, this time, in the perfection of his spiral. He doesn't even feel scared as he flies through the air. He cries, no, wee. And on the far side,
Just chanting goat.
Pummel just chanting goat on the far side.
The crowd, the Senate.
Go.
And the pig.
Skinny is flying towards you. You catch him.
A little.
Well, I think Pete the Pug catches him, Pete. Remember?
Oh, yes, of course. And kind of climbing up onto your shoulders, diving after a frisbee. Pete the Pug jumps out and just he's about the same size as Skinny, so he just kind of
very clumsy catch.
He just kind of goes up and is just basically also holding Skinny, and then gets caught up in the throw, and you probably catch both of them as he kind of guides him gently into your arms.
And now what do we do?
Skinny kind of looks down at you and he goes, "You gotta touch me down. Just put me on the ground."
I take a knee and put him on the ground.
All right. And with that, you watch as those beacons. Oh no! Do you spike Skinny?
No,
Okay.
I don't spike. I do not spike the pig.
And you watch as those 6 beacons that were ignited on before begin to ignite. 1 point. Torches. 2 points. Dan Marino. No! 3 points. 4, 5, 6. Dan Marino becomes entrapped in this incredible prison. And Skinny looks out and he goes, "This is why I couldn't die. This is the hard part." And he looks over. "There's 1 more point." And he points to the field goal down the end of the field. "You gotta send me flying through."
I will lift him up, and I will use the 3 words I've been looking at the whole time, waiting for this moment. Fly. The 3 letters. And I will let him fly. I have saved them for this moment.
Game's over when pigs fly.
And you watch as Skinny, who is completely ready to die for the good of the world, all of a sudden you toss him, and he just has his eyes closed and his arms outstretched to embrace death, and then wings sprout from his back as he begins to soar across the field. He looks around in awe, and he flies through the goalposts.
Careful, only lasts for a minute.
And then he flies a little bit quicker.
Letters.
And through the goalposts he flies, and a 7th beacon at the far side ignites. Don Marino his form begins to shudder. Brady kind of looks over at him and just kind of humbly smiles and begins adjusting some rings on his fingers as Don Marino collapses. He falls down to the lava. A grand explosion of lava crashes up and flows down with kind of Brady's guidance, a single hand protecting you all with divine energy as the lava sinks down into
fanfic right here.
Sinks down into the floor. It hardens instantly, and the volcano falls dormant. The kingdom of Alphabisha is saved.
What's everyone's
Wow.
touchdown celebration?
I mean, I'm just standing there. Well, Brady, it's great. It's so convenient that you weren't busy today. Can't believe you had nothing else going on.
Yikes!
Giselle and I have been on the rocks.
Oh no! Oh, this
So-
is when I talk. Oh boy! Yikes!
You know, it's been tough, but I was summoned by magical golden letters, so I'm kind of bound, soul bound to this one until he dies.
Yes. Yes.
I'll run up and pour wine on everyone, kind of like a thing of Gatorade.
The Roman Colosseum, which has been in an absolute stunned silence, ignites once more, and glorious cheers begin to just kind of erupt in the space as all
A
of you
Bacchus
have.
celebration.
Indeed. You watch, there's like a number of people that are also, basically everyone in that place also has wine, everyone in the stands, and Winter Cherry, they're all very fine connoisseurs. And all throughout the land of Alphabisha, people cheer at your football victory. Tell me, what is the epilogue of all of your victories? What do you guys do with the rest of your life in the world of Alphabisha?
Well, I think I'm trying to find a way. How do I punish anyone? I haven't punished
You
anyone.
haven't punished anyone.
I guess I go and I know what I do. I go to I talk to the Senate, right? And I hold up my hand. I'm like, what do we think? Thumbs up, thumbs down. What does the Roman Senate think? Since they were summoned into existence here.
The Roman Senate, thumbs down.
All right, I'm going. I punish Dan Marino. I murder him. That's the way.
Don Marino has been like sealed in this thing, but over
I have to stab him in the chest.
yeah
That's what it means. Thumbs down.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Over the next millennia, do you just make sure that you, or the remainder of your life, do you just make sure that Dan Marino actually dies for good?
Oh God, if it takes that much time, no. I just walk my
You
pug.
just stab him once.
Yeah, I just stab him one time. That's
All
as
right.
good as I'm
He
doing.
kind of goes from his somewhere in his now sealed prison. He kind of calls out, "Ugh,
Good enough for me.
come on!" And so ends the
So
tale
is the
of
story
Pummel.
of Pummel.
Xerox.
I use some golden letters because we still have 5. To gain the word tut, T-U-T. And I tut at Dan Marino to shame him for his failure.
He goes, you hear underneath the frozen, really?
And
You're
then
just petty about it, huh? I'm coming back in a year, you know. I'm gathering power.
and Brady will be there to stop you again.
I was actually thinking about retiring. Says,
No, you weren't. You got another 2 years
a point of inspiration. As we, and is that the end of? So
no,
ends the story of Zero.
then I leave, get a cat, and roam around in ductwork, and terrify people throughout the lands.
Excellent.
A
And
proper ending for Xenomorph.
and Winter Cherry.
Winter Cherry is going to go on to actually become a football coach for kids. Is going to be have a reputation of being tough but fair. I separate the good kids from the bad kids. While the bad kids don't really get to play that much, I'll at least tell them that they're trying and to get better. And the good kids, I'll help accelerate into something else beyond there. I'll just be winning and charming to all the football moms out there.
Excellent. And so it is that Winter Cherry leaves the cave and goes on to become a youth football coach. and is beloved by middle-aged divorcees everywhere. And with that, the story of these three brave knights of Alphabetia ends. Congratulations on your victory, and thank you for once again saving the Fair Kingdom. That's the end of the show! Each week, each time we do this, I think it can't be...
Weirder?
It can't be stranger. And then somehow...
This happens.
And last time, a giant gained the power of anime.
Mm-hmm. I had God and anime on my side.
That's true. Thank you guys so much for playing. It's always fun doing Word Warriors. It's so goofy and ridiculous, but I have a blast running these, and I hope you guys had fun playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this was great.
Absolutely.
I wonder how the actual Super Bowl is going.
Probably over.
Probably done
that
by
makes
now.
sense. Who wins?
Let's see who won.
Score. I'm just gonna look up.
Guys, if you don't want to know, we're about to spoil it. Ooh, a team.
Darn. The team I wasn't rooting for won. I'm gonna spoil it in 3, 2, 1. The Kansas City Chiefs defeated the San Francisco 49ers 31-20. Well, Cold Spark spoil it in chat. So
Valandar mentions Shakira won, and I thought I heard something about a good performance. So.
I really want to watch the Shakira halftime show. I'm not a big J-Lo fan.
Okay, so I only saw about like 30 seconds of. I mean, the ad's not more than like a minute, but the Peanuts ad. I'm really confused.
Yeah, what's going on with that? I know Mr.
It's
Peanut
terrifying.
died.
I'm so confused.
Since we've been referencing...
What is baby nut, and why is there a baby nut? I don't like this.
Well, I didn't know about that. I just knew Mr. Peanut died.
Oh, yeah, no. Well, okay.
Also, have we all seen the Hyundai commercial, the Boston reference Hyundai commercial?
I don't know. I actually did see that. I thought that was pretty good.
I did not see it. I haven't seen any of them besides 30 seconds of baby nut. Which
I haven't seen baby nut. I don't know what any of this is.
The Kool-Aid Man sheds a tear over the death of Mr. Peanut, which grows into baby nut.
I'm gonna have to.
This sounds like some D&D time bullshit. I'm telling you, but this is a serious thing. This is a commercial.
I'll be spending the rest of my night catching up on Super Bowl commercials and watching.
No, I'm serious. This is
halftime show.
Legitimate. This is real.
But for now, before we go any further, let's wrap up for the night. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to you guys for playing. Jeremy, is there anything you want to shout out?
Oh, Pete, I always want to give a shout out. But I guess today our first thing, thank you. Enjoy your burrito for giving us some love with Twitch Prime 6 months.
Oh my goodness.
Woo! We appreciate that. And
much love, my dear friend.
Yeah, and thank you everybody here hanging out for coming and playing, or I guess hanging out with us while we play this ridiculous game. We do this game or another game called Once Upon a D&D Time, which is in 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, where we play something based on wacky old fairy tales. We do those once a month, the first Sunday of each month. And then all the other Sundays, we do cool homebrew stuff, 5th edition D&D, starting next Sunday with Pete.
Next Sunday.
Yeah. And then, of course, every Friday, we do Pete and Jeremy's D&D Time. 3 1-hour-long, one-shot adventures featuring our viewers. If you watch our shows, you can come play with us, and yeah, they're only about an hour long, super low commitment. They're very episodic in nature, so you don't really have to miss any, worry about having missed anything. If you're like 5th edition D&D, come play. It's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. This is all true. I'm really excited for the upcoming Friday. Got another Legend game on Friday, so that should be. Really
my, yeah, that's gonna be something. We gotta talk to them and see what they're doing because.
Oh yeah.
Crowley, more hot meat balloons.
Oh, the hot meat balloon.
Yeah, the hot meat balloon. Any shout-outs? No, I don't have anything. I mean, hire Marvelo.
Hire Marvelo. Fair enough.
I don't know. Brady's the GOAT. I don't care about football, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it just because I know some people are gonna get mad.
A very football-heavy game for a bunch of people who, I don't care about football.
I don't care about football either, but I did have a lot of fun doing this.
There are some people that I know that would have loved to be in this, but not for the reasons that it was weird.
but for the reasons that it was football.
No, that it had
Really
Tom
quick,
Brady in it.
If you're still hanging out, Egg, I think you were confused by the dolphin head. That was a reference to that demon was a reference to Dan Marino of the Miami Dolphins, an old quarterback, famous quarterback. So that's what that was. Maddie, would you care to shout out? Your channel? What do you got going on right now, Maddie?
Hi, everybody. I'm Matty Morgs. Thank you for allowing me to play with you again in Word Warriors. It's a lot of fun to be here with you guys. So I run primarily a D&D workshop. Wednesday through Saturday is when we workshop. Tuesday is when we role play, and I get to, practice what I preach. Y'all can see that I'm not just a lecturer, but hopefully I can apply the things that I teach then. And I play with community members. It's not quite the same as D&D time, as it's a fixed roster. But we have a lot of fun. It's interactive. If any of you get to watch the Tuesday game, if you do any role playing aside or comment, I try and incorporate that in. It's been we've been having an ongoing campaign for 1.5 years now. The story's been unfolding. This week's workshop will be Subclasses 1, which actually you two, Jeremy and Pete, y'all covered that a little while ago. And I would urge all of you to go and watch their VOD on that, because what I'm going to be doing in the workshop, it's not going to be so much the in-depth, I like this, I don't like this, or use the terminology like ribbons and the more the technical things that you guys get into here. We're just going to open up the PDF and we're just going to start randomly generating characters. And we'll just see how does it work. Let's have a halfling whatever. Let's have a half orc whatever. And we're going to leave it to our imaginations, to randomization. And we could do a little critiquing if something seems like, I don't know, really good, really bad, even if it's a specific combo or in general. But we're just going to have fun. And if y'all want the technical specs, watch D&D times VOD. If you want the casual conversation, you just want to see it applied to see what a character like this would look like, then stop by the workshop. And I ask people to roll dice in chat with our Math Rock spot, so we all can put a thumbprint on the character.
I hope you end up getting to the Oath of Watchers Paladin. I'd be curious to see what you made of that.
I'm so into that.
That
Very
was so cool.
So, Maddie, where can they find you? I know it says on the stream under your face, but...
Well, just in case whoever wrote that is a filthy liar and or misspelled something, it is twitch.tv/MattyMorgs. And we also have an active Discord. If you stop by, if you like who we are in the workshop, you're going to get more of that on our Discord as well. And of course, the community of D&D time and the community of Matty Morgs, we're like peas and carrots. We get along very well, and we're a happy family.
Indeed,
absolutely.
It is true.
Oh yeah, and we have a website, dndtime.stream. You should check that out if you want to learn about our stuff.
Yeah, that too. It's on the screen right there.
I'm very bad at
remembering really cool layout that he made for this game.
Yeah, the layout is. I'm just still very happy with it.
I love it. Yeah,
it makes me pleased.
That was our Word Warrior stream. One last huge thank you to everyone who tuned in and hung out with us tonight. And we'll see you next time on Friday.
See you soon. Oh wait, he's Pete. He's Pete.
I'm Pete, and this was Word Warriors. Good night, everyone.
Pete. And he's
right,
Pete.
Bye.